Warning. The Dragon Between podcast may contain language and adult humor that is unsuitable for those 13 years and younger. Viewer discretion is advised. You're listening to the Dragon Between podcast, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign that takes place in the Eberron pulp fantasy setting created by Keith Baker. New episodes are recorded every other Sunday and released on the following week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel for clips and future episodes. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter for updates and news on the podcast. Thank you for listening, and now on with the show. When we last met, the characters found themselves transported back to the swamp outpost, and found themselves in the presence of a samurai led by a warrior called Juke the Wraith, a swift blade of the shogunate. The warrior was revealed to be a former member of Goender's clan, and shared information and useful supplies with the group. Juke then bid the group farewell, and he and his fellow samurai sped off on strange horse-like constructs. After reconnecting with Ghanima, the party boarded the half-orc ship and began their slow trek up the Glum River once again. Characters took this time to identify and distribute the magical items found at the outpost, and also gifted to them by Juke. The party then spent the rest of the day relaxing or accomplishing personal tasks. As the sun set and the party wound down for the evening, the boat captain was suddenly attacked by an aquatic river troll, knocking her into the river. The group sprang into action, and their artificer friend Zito plunged into the murky depths after the creature. The horrible troll turned its attention away from Ghanima and grabbed a hold of Zito, swimming deeper and further away from the help of his friends. As Auri stirred in her hammock from the commotion, she used her wild-shaped form of a giant octopus, amplified and enlarged by Eli's magic, to launch after and swim swiftly after the troll, diverting its attention away from her kobold companion. The troll fought back ferociously, damaging Auri just enough to drop her out of her wild-shaped form. As Goender finally stirred from his restless sleep, wandering out onto the deck of the catamaran, he began to relieve himself over the edge, only to discover that he was not alone on this side of the ship. Ender, as you are taking care of business, watching your water, so to speak, exit from yourself into the water, you watch as a bulbous, glistening shape begins to surface. An eye blinking open, reddish in nature. Even in the moonlight, you can see the dark umber color of its eye and its hourglass-shaped iris. You see large tentacles suddenly thrust out from the water towards you.
I would like to... dang it. That's not what I wanted to see.
Critical hit.
But hold up.
Yes.
I don't get critical hits because of my armor.
Correct. So the damage will, since it's already programmed into Fantasy Grounds, the damage will only be that of a regular... It'll be halved. It'll be critical hit, damage halved.
And because illithids are my favorite enemy, it will also feel my wrath.
Okay.
Piece things it a little.
You take 16 bludgeoning damage, reduced down from 22, as you are bapped by this long tentacle that arcs out impossibly long and hits you.
I
And then
every day, it's some new illithid creature.
You then find yourself pulled up off of the deck, your pants still around your ankles, and the creature reels back and throws you.
The best part of waking up.
And you fly through the air and boom, 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 land on top of the cabin of the catamaran. And let me share a map with you. Just you. There we go.
Good, guys. Cue the epic Samurai Showdown intro music. I'm on the roof of this vessel. I'm gonna brandish my sword, and me and this illithid are fighting to the death.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Yes, sir.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. You don't have to make him dex save. I apologize. Let's see. You take...
I'm a big boy. Jeremy, don't take it easy on me.
You take... 14 bludgeoning damage as you... Whoa! Boom, 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 and skid to a halt, nearly falling off of the edge of the top of the catamaran cabin.
Dude, I land that shit. I land it, and I look freaking cool. And I brandish my sword, and I'm going to... I guess I'm going to make some sushi for not just me, but for my comrades.
Lithana, it is your turn. You just heard the sound of Ender exclaiming out, "Ah!" And you heard a thump, a meaty thunk onto, right behind you, onto the top of the cabin.
Can Lithana see the troll in front of her?
Yes. It has not sunk down under the surface. It is floating on the surface of the water. Looks like it's getting ready to go after Auri. And I will say, Auri, you are still large, because the enlarge spell doesn't go away just because you dropped form. So you'll have advantage on strength checks and strength saves. And if you attack the creature with a weapon, point of order, you'll get a d4 extra damage on top of your damage. And I was incorrect. You don't get double damage. I apologize. Yes, I will take that off for you, Lithana. There you go.
Alright, Lithana will notch another arrow. She will on it and say, "Die, swimming troll." She's got to work on her action line.
Okay. That is fortunately is a miss. As you knock your arrow and fire it, it just bounces off of the creature's shoulder, but it doesn't even pay attention to you. It looks like it's gunning straight for Auri now.
Ah, come on. She'll take one more shot.
That's a hit. It's a 27. Definitely hits. And as you thunk your arrow, goes straight through the left eye and then cracks through the other eye socket, and the creature is now floating in the water.
Lithana throws her hands in the air. She's like, "Yes! Yes!" And then she looks over and sees Auri, and she's like, "Whoa!
Yeah,
you're really big."
It's a big Auri in the water. You've also noticed that the boat's kind of like jostling a bit. And you can hear Ender groaning from the top of the catamaran. For some reason, he's up top. And he's lying prone, peeking over the edge, blinking his eyes. Illuminated slightly from the lamp that is burning there on the corner of this side of the boat. And Auri, it is your turn. You are currently doggy paddling in the water, keeping yourself afloat atop the surface of the water. You can see the creature is now dead.
Alright, I guess I'm just going to, well, am I so big that climbing onto the boat would be bad?
Climbing onto the boat would be bad?
Yeah. Because I'm larger, is it okay?
That'd be pretty easy for you to climb onto the boat in your form.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna fall back onto the boat.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do? As you climb up onto the boat, you see Ender just kind of half hanging over the edge of the top of the cabin, the rooftop where the sail sticks straight up at the center of the catamaran, and there's also the seating that's on top of the boat.
Okay. Can I tell if he's like distressed?
He looks off. Like, it's really strange that he would be up there. You're not sure if he's been sleepwalking or what's going on.
I'd like to state that I probably have my sword in my hand, and one sword out like Ronin style.
Yes, as he is laying prone on the top of this thing, you can see that he's clutching one of his swords.
But then yeah, I'm totally gonna look for a way to get up there.
Okay. You could very easily, in your form, pull yourself up top. If you'd like to do that.
Yeah, I will.
All right. Well, in that case, I'll tell you what. So this doesn't get really confusing. I'm just going to share the map with everyone, so that you guys can see what exactly I'm describing.
Oh man, I really liked the catamaran's topside map to be just mine.
Aw,
Go away, Ari.
that's mean.
Leave me and the illithid alone up here. I'm gonna teach it a couple lessons.
And as you climb up to the top, you see Ender lying on the ground. Are you a open your fly guy, or do you drop trowel all the way down to your ankles, Ender?
Can I swiftly button up?
On your turn, you can.
Well, bad news, Ari. It looks like I'm having a good time up here, but I'm not. I'm having a bad time.
You see Ender's bare buttocks.
Oh
And way more than you bargained for.
no. Okay, well, I'm gonna kind of avert my eyes, but also like try to help him up, and I think that would probably be my action, right? To help him up.
I mean, you could still technically. It was essentially your movement to get up there, so you still have a. Well, you used your movement to get on the ship, and then another like 10 feet. We'll say that 5 feet to get up on the ship, and then another 10 feet to get on top of the boat, onto the top of the cabin. So you still have your action. You could very easily use part of your movement to like pull him up off of the ground. And you're in large form; it wouldn't require any sort of effort, really.
Yeah, I'll help him up, but I'm also averting my eyes so that
Okay.
I don't have to see too much.
As you turn and look away, which side of the boat do you turn towards? To where your friends are all, or to the other side?
I'm gonna be looking the other direction because I already know what's going on the side where I came from. So I'm looking at the other side.
Okay. You see a thick, glistening, meaty pseudopod, which is slowly raising up over the top and feeling along the top of this cabin on the other side of the boat.
Well, darn.
And is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay. On Ghanima's turn, Ghanima is going to hang over the edge, is going to extend her hand out to help Zito up onto the ship. She doesn't know what's going on behind her yet. On the creature's turn, It is going to use one of its tentacles to reach up and wrap around the sail, which is jutting up through the top of the ship and pulling straight up. And we'll see if it does any damage to it. It does. You all hear a thunderous cracking noise as the topsail suddenly begins to splinter. It hasn't completely broken free yet, but it seems like this creature is whatever this. As you all begin to turn and look and glance behind you, you can now see this appendage wrapped around this thing several times, and it seems to be breaking the sail to the catamaran. And it will also bite, and it will hit again. And you can all hear this crunching noise as it's this horrible loud crunching noise, wood on something else, and splintering, and the whole boat is rocking back and forth. Eli, it is your turn. You turn around and see now this enormous tentacle is wrapped around the catamaran's sail, and you feel yourself nearly knocked off of the ship. It's not enough motion to knock any of you all yet. I won't be asking for dexterity saves yet. But you can feel the wobble as the craft is being jostled. You hear splashing, and you hear the sound of cracking wood.
Eli is gonna be like, everything is okay, as he turns around and looks up and sees his creatures. Yeah, everything's not gonna be okay. And I guess I'll move here.
Okay. As you creep along the front of the cabin and look around, you see this enormous creature glistening all over. This huge red eye. In the light of the moon, you can see it's this dark blood red. And the iris is just looking around in various directions. You can see its tentacles are now gripping in various places and feeling along the surface of the boat. And you can see the huge beak is biting into the side of the ship.
I'm going to cast Suggestion.
Okay. Go for it.
And it succeeded.
It rolled a 24, my friend.
I will end my turn there.
Okay. In response to, let's see, can it reach you? It cannot reach you. Oh, okay. Will it? Nope. It won't do anything. Red, it is your turn. I have to ask you, Red, you didn't do anything after you raged, correct? Does that affect you at all? Like if you don't attack?
I'm not sure.
I'm not
Did you
familiar.
throw a javelin at the troll?
Oh, that's right. She did attack. She attacked the troll, so never mind. I can't remember if you did that on the first round or the second round, though. So, I apologize. I'm just going to say...
Second, but you can just, take it off if you want.
Okay, I'll turn your rage off for now.
Is there anywhere I can see, like, a tentacle close enough that I can get to attack it?
Unfortunately, no. The one tentacle that you can see is wrapped up around the mast, which is at the center of the boat, and raised up above the deck.
Okay.
The top of the cabin it's approximately 8 to 10 feet above the surface of the deck of the ship. However, there is a ladder close to you that you could go to get up top if you wanted to just go at that tentacle.
Red will just run over here slightly in front
Okay.
of Eli.
You see the terrifying giant squid-like creature crunching into the boat like a Chipotle burrito.
And she'll just go ahead and rage again.
Okay, I will go ahead and turn your rage back on.
And that's it.
Okay. And Zito, it is your turn. You are still in the water. Ghanima is reaching out towards you to help you up onto the ship. If you'll take her hand, you don't have to make a check. You can just get pulled up by her onto the deck.
Alright, then I'll accept her help and get back up onto the deck.
Okay. You can move your token onto the deck, and then however much more movement you want to spend. You're seeing the same thing as you are looking up and being pulled up. You're seeing this blubbery tentacle wrapped around the catamaran sail, and you can hear the sound of wood cracking.
Alright, then I will cast a Scorching Ray on the tentacle.
Okay.
Am I able to see it from here? Like it's going to be a clear view?
Yeah, I apologize. This thing actually moved up onto the deck. It's right there. So yes, you can see the tentacle. You don't see the rest of the creature. It's on the other side of the cabin.
Alright, I'll cast it at 3rd level.
Okay. You're targeting yourself as well. Just to keep that in mind.
Oh, we're not having another repeat of...
Yeah, don't do that. Okay. I see that at least one of those missed.
So I've got 2 hits.
Let's see. Scorching Ray. 1, 2. Yep, 2 hits. And you watch as your Scorching Ray blasts out, coating the surface of the creature in flame. You can see that it's burning the creature, doing a little bit superficial damage to the tentacle, and the tentacle is slowly starting to pull away from, as you hit it with your attack, it seems to be pulling away from this this part of the boat.
Alright, and as my bonus, my Eldritch Cannon is going to fire the tentacle.
Okay. Unfortunately, that is a miss.
Alright, I'll have my turn there then.
This wave of energy arcs out, harmlessly lobbing out past the creature's tentacle. And Ender, it is your turn. You have been lifted up to your feet by an enlarged Owry.
I'm going to finish what I was doing and piss off the other side of the boat.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Are you kidding me?
I'm actually I'm strapping up and I'm going in.
Okay. I would say you can use some of your movement to pull your pants up. How about that? I would say as your free action with the environment, you can pull your pants up.
Why, thank you.
So that will not take any of your movement. You can see now that the tentacle is wrapped around. It seems to be pulling itself off of the top of the boat, the mainsail. And it's
I wasn't done.
unfortunately it is just high enough that you cannot reach it with your sword, with your attack.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna move to the edge. As you peer over the edge, you can see the creature getting ready to pull its tentacle back.
I think I have it targeted. Can I shoot it with an arrow right now?
You do not have it targeted, but yes, if you had your bow and arrow, you would.
Yeah, I can't do anything right now.
I think the only weapon you had was your sword, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, you're right. It's my sword and my swords.
But it is tall enough that you could hit it technically. If you were able to get to the very edge, you could totally hit it.
Well, I already used my movement to go there. It's 35 feet away to hit that edge. Unfortunately, it's just out of my. I'm going to use my turn to bonus action to heal myself a little bit.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
It will be, yeah.
All right. Red, it is your turn. You see now this creature has actually pulled itself up onto the watercraft, and that's what made the whole boat like bob. And you can see now that it seems to be feeling along the edges of the boat with its tentacles in various places, all along the edge, all around.
Okay. Red's going to use her bonus action to shift as well for some temporary hit points.
Throw ahead and throw those temporary hit points on yourself as your canines grow longer, get a little bit furrier.
And if I move up here, is he still like low enough on the deck that I could hit him?
Oh yeah, he's right on the deck.
Okay.
Yeah, he's right there, smushed up against the side of the cabin. And it reeks. When you get to it, it's just this horrible, fishy, gamey smell.
And I will swing with my sword.
Go for it. And that is most definitely a hit. A 24 as you slash into the side of this creature's blubbery skin with your greatsword. It partially resists your attack, unfortunately, as you deal 6 damage to it.
No attack. Ooh.
And your second attack, unfortunately, is a natural 1. Some of its bilious blood, it's coating your sword and spurts onto you, causing you to blink temporarily and wipe the horrible blood out of your face just as you swung your sword.
And that is the end of my turn for now.
Okay. Eli, it is your turn. You would just watch Red rush towards this creature. You can see now it is up on the ship, just around the corner. You can just barely see the creature.
I'm going to try again. I'll cast Suggestion.
Okay. That is unfortunately a 16, a success. Against your DC of 16.
I will move away.
Oh, move away. I run away.
Yep. And the Ari is no longer big, by the way.
Okay. There we go. I reduced you down, Ari.
And Eli will look at Zito, Lethana, and Ghana, but like, big creature, and that way.
Is that the end of your
and
turn?
now I'm yeah.
Ghanima says she has a smile on her face, so she's just finished helping Zito get up onto the deck. She turns around, she hears the cracking, she sees the tentacle retracting from the sail, and she sees you rushing towards her with wide eyes, and she goes, "Ah! No!" And she will rush forward. And she sees Red laying into this creature. She will, let's see. She will cast Guiding Bolt at the creature. Actually, no. Instead, she takes out a sliver of metal, pricks her finger, and she will cast Bane on the creature. Unfortunately, the creature succeeds. Rolled a 13. And you just hear her yelp out something in Orcish, you're not sure. But if Ender can hear her, he's probably snickering right now.
What the reason I heard?
She said something that sounded very inappropriate and sounded an awful lot like fucknut.
I'm curious what fucknut would sound like in Orcish.
Yeah. Well, it's D&D, bro. You can make it up. Auri, it is your turn. You are still on top of the cabin. You can see Ender just ahead of you, getting ready to move forward and slash at this creature with his sword.
Okay. I'm going to move to the edge. Am I able to see it now from here?
Yes. Yes, you can. It is very large and is just the top of it is just cresting above the a little bit above the boat. So you could reach it with a ranged attack if you wanted to.
Alright, cool. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna reach my hand up in the sky and call lightning on that big jerk.
Okay, go for it. There is a sound of thunder as Auri makes the sigils of their fingers and calls out to the sky, and this bolt of lightning arcs down into the creature. It succeeds on its save. I believe it does half, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me see. I think
Call lightning.
half, yeah.
Yep, so you can still roll the damage. And you watch as the lightning sizzles into the creature's skin, and it doesn't seem to have any sort of reaction at all. If anything, you can see now that the electricity from the lightning seems to be making the creature glow in areas. You can see spots on its back that are beginning to glow from your attack.
Uh-oh. That's my turn. Won't do that again.
And is that that's the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. The creature there's suddenly this buildup of energy along its back, and just, and it turns its attention towards you, Red. I need you to make a dexterity save. As you smell the ozone. And let's see. So you save just in time. You're able to sidestep as this arc of lightning zips off the edge of the creature's body and nearly pegs you at the center of your chest. You take... let's see. Are you resistant to lightning damage?
No.
Okay, you will take 15 lightning damage from this creature, which will take off your temporary hit points, bringing you down 3. And the creature will then take an opportunity attack from you as it pulls itself up onto the top of the catamaran. So you may make an opportunity attack. Let's see. A 19 does hit. I don't think you had it targeted.
Yeah, I realized it wasn't on that map.
No worries.
Oh, not that one. One second, my character sheet seemed to have vanished into the abyss and then it'll come back up.
That's weird.
I might have to come back out and back in.
Okay. Do you want me to roll the damage onto the creature for you?
Yes, please.
Okay, that was from your greatsword. Alright. The creature takes 5 damage from your greatsword as you just managed to slash into it as it begins to pull itself up and onto the top. And you can see at the very tip, at the back of the creature, there's a bit of a hard shell-like formation on its rear. And that was its movement it pulls itself up onto the top of the boat. The boat is rocking, and right next to you, Auri. And Ender, it is your turn. You can see this creature now is coming straight at Auri. Oh, bother. Oh, bother indeed.
Is it up here?
Yeah, it's up there.
I'm gonna attack it.
Okay, you're going to move over that way.
Yep.
Jumping over the seats
those?
that are... Those are seats, and they're bolted into the surface of this place.
Alright, I'd like to do the hop over them, and as I'm hopping, I'd like to come down and slash.
Go for it. That is a hit. A beefy hit, 32. As you deal 11 slashing magical damage to the creature, cutting into it. You create a fissure from your sword in the surface of its skin. And that is also a hit. In answer to your question, Sabrina, the creature is on another map, which I have shared with all of you.
Quick question.
Yes, sir.
We have short rested. You
Yes.
said, right?
So any of
So I
you
don't
who was,
have
if any of you were down, yeah, if any of you were down hit points, you can bring yourselves back up to full.
That is the end of my turn.
Okay. And Lithana, it is your turn.
Does Lithana see the creature on top of the catamaran?
I would say it's, kind of difficult to see from where you are. You can kind of see it, so it would have, like, say, a little bit of cover from your attack. But if you were to move to, say, like, the front of the ship where Ghanima is, you could totally see it completely.
Alright, I'll move right next to Ghanima.
Okay. And you see the horrifying creature now. It's a giant squid, and it is looming large on the top of that leftmost corner of the cabin.
She's going to be like, holy crap, that's huge. And she'll use her bonus action to move her hunter's mark and her focus to it.
Okay.
And she will notch an arrow and attack. Not okay. Yes, I'll just drop the damage, the attack, right?
I don't think you attacked yet. That is a critical hit. A natural 20. 29 to hit the creature with your bow. As you do 21 magical piercing damage to the creature, your arrow sinks into the surface all the way down to the feathers. It's just poking out just a couple of inches out of its body. And you can now see as well this weird seashell-like nodule which is on the rear of the creature.
Alright, I will try to aim for that seashell nodule.
Okay. That is another critical hit, guys. That is another.
God.
And that is another 21 piercing damage to the creature. Once again, your arrow meeting the mark, almost the exact same spot where your first arrow hit.
Alright. She'll say, we see you! You're not getting away! And
Okay.
that's the end of her turn.
Alright. In reaction to your attacks, let's see. It's going to use a legendary action lashing out in pain, it's going to bring down one of its tentacles down onto Auri. And that's a hit, a 23 to hit you, Auri.
Oh yeah, that most definitely hits.
As you take 18 bludgeoning damage, and you are currently grappled and restrained up in its tentacle right now. It is squeezing and pulling you towards its mouth. And Zito, it is your turn.
Alright, Zito's gonna activate his wings of flying and take up into the air so he can get a better view of this giant squid.
Okay. I will put you on the other map. As you leap up into the air, you can now see the creature fully. You can see that Auri is now dangling off of the surface, the top of the cabin, the deck on top of the cabin, and its grasp. And you can see Ender slashing again and again into the creature's body.
Alright, I'm then going to cast Scorching Ray one more time, this time at 5th level.
Okay, go for it. Let's see, the first attack unfortunately is a miss. Your second is a hit, though. Your third is a hit. Your fourth is a hit. And was that 6 times you hit it?
Yeah, that'll be a 6th, it's at 5th level.
Okay, so that's, you missed only 1 time. You hit it 5 times. Blast of fiery energy now blasting off the back of this creature now, creating this large scorch mark off of its back. And is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I'll set my turn.
Okay. Red, it is your turn.
Red will climb up after the squid
Okay.
to get to the top of the catamaran.
All right. It's in your way, unfortunately, on this side, but you could very easily pull yourself up on another side of the boat if you want me to move you.
Sure.
Would you like to be on Ender's side or Auri's side?
I'll be on Auri's side.
Okay, I'm going to adjust Auri slightly, and I'm going to put you on the other map, right next to the creature. As you find yourself breathing its horrible rank breath coming from the beak-like mouth, you can see that Auri is being slowly pulled towards its mouth.
Okay, I'll swing at it with my greatsword.
Okay, that first attack is a hit. That's a 27 to hit. As you deal 7 damage reduced down from its natural resistance to your attacks. Your second attack, unfortunately, is a miss. A 12 does not hit. Your third attack does hit, though. Oh, I didn't know you had 3 attacks. Oh, that's right. You have the fang attack. Gotcha. It is also resistant. 13 reduced down to 6.
And that's it for my turn.
All right. Lithana, it is your turn. You can now see Auri is being dangled in the air. Looks like she's being pulled towards the creature from your perspective of it.
Oh, no, you don't. She'll try to shoot it right in the, what do you call them?
Actually, I apologize. In response to your attack, Red, the creature is going to take a legendary action. And is going to lash out with its other tentacle attack onto you. as you slash into the creature, dealing damage into it, biting into its blubbery skin. Its other tentacle suddenly whaps out, attempting to hit you, and connecting with a 23. You take 7 damage, reduced down, and now you are pulled into its grasp as you are grappled and restrained as well. It is now holding with its 2 large main tentacles that most of you have seen it attacking with. It's now holding Auri and Red into its arms. And now you can take your turn. I apologize, Lathana. So now you see this creature like at a buffet table is holding Red and Auri and slowly pulling it towards the center of its mass.
Well, after seeing that, she will just go straight for the little seashell nodule and say, just drop him.
Unfortunately, your first shot is a miss. A 15 does not connect.
She on it and tries again.
Okay. A 28 definitely hits them. Almost a crit, guys. That was almost a crit. A 19. As you deal 17 piercing magical damage to the creature, your arrow sinks into its flesh right next to that seashell-like nodule.
How's it looking?
It's bleeding from several places. You can see a dark material which seems to be oozing out from where your arrows have hit, and the orifices that have been carved into it from your companions.
Alright, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. On Ghanima's turn, let's see. She is going to cast... Ooh, who can she see? She'll turn to you and she will cast Guidance on you.
Oh.
And she says, "Kill that fucking thing!" And Ender, it is your turn.
I am going to take a few steps behind this creature.
Okay.
Just right there. I'm circling it, about to attack, like carve it apart from the backside. I'm going to unleash a flurry of attacks.
Go for it. You can see now all the arrows that seem to have pegged it from behind from Lathana's attacks from down on the deck below. A 24 most definitely connects as you deal 9 slashing magical damage to the creature with your katana. And a 27 also definitely hits, as this time you deal 13 slashing magical damage to the creature.
I'm not done yet. I'm going to action surge. Since we
Okay.
have done a short...
That is also a hit. A 21 connects. As you do 12 slashing damage to the creature.
Now for my final turn, I'm going to use my bonus action to give myself advantage.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my what is it? Fighting Spirit, and gain 5 temporary hit points.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn? Oh no, that's a hit. Sorry, I apologize. So, Ender, how would you like to dispatch this creature?
Swift, precise strikes. And then... go ahead.
You then turn this thing into calamari, sushi if you will, as Red and Auri are thump thump to the surface of the top of the boat, and this creature begins to slide off in chunks onto the deck, and it is dead. And you are all out of initiative.
I'm going to hop over the dead thing, right back to where I was, and finish what I started. I have to pit so bad.
All right.
Lithana's gonna go over to Ender and be like, "Dang it, man, that was going to be my kill." And then she realizes he's peeing, and she's like, "Oh, okay, you do your thing."
Is it still on the boat?
Oh yeah, it's on the boat.
Where up on top?
It doesn't really matter. It's off of the boat
Okay.
on the other side of the boat.
Uh,
So you can
no,
you can just
go in
say
the-
what you do. You don't have to move your token around if you don't want to.
Okay. I want to investigate it, look inside its mouth, see if there's anything in there. Did
Okay.
it eat anybody?
You smell this horrible rank breath. As you get closer, you realize that just about any one of you could fit into the mouth of this creature, and one would assume that that was what it was about to do to one of your companions. It looked like it was getting ready to swallow either Ari or Red.
Ugh.
Ghanima comes up too, and she says, she just kind of walks up to the creature and then spits on it. Nasty. And she says, "I'll be back." And she disappears, goes into her ship, disappearing into the cabin. And what are the rest of you doing?
Red would pop down near Ender. This one misjudged the one who flees in battle. You are very ferocious. Thank you. And bows her head, and then she'll go check on the babies because they probably got rocked around pretty good.
As you walk around the corner, you can see they're not in the basket anymore, and you don't see them anymore.
Start going, little ones, get back here, and like looking around frantically for them.
Did you say that to Red?
The thank you to Ender.
Oh.
Zito is gonna
going.
cast
Still
mending
with it.
on the.
And I'll add on, you are now the slayer of squids.
When Lithana hears that, she crosses her arms. She's like, "I was going to be the slayer of squids."
And then back to looking for the babies, checking like near the tentacles and stuff because they're probably like trying to eat it somewhere.
Okay, make a perception check. And as you do that, I will also award the group. So it takes you a moment after calling out to them. You said that you had named them recently, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And as you are walking through the cabin, you look underneath one of the other hammocks, and you can see another basket which is turned over and it's slightly moving.
I'll lift it up.
Okay, you pull it up and you can see these two toddlers just quivering, looking at you. Just
I'll bundle them up in my arms. It is okay, little one. Shh. It was
Okay.
just a nasty squid. You can eat the piece.
Eli, are you crawling into its mouth?
Eli's turning to the Slayer of Squid. Hey, Slayer of Squid. You wanna check inside? Come on, man. I'll be right here.
I'll take my sword, like I'll carry it over my shoulder as I walk up, and I'll say, "You mean fillet the squid?"
Like, check inside its stomach. See if, like, there's any items that might have eaten someone important.
I really despise these things. I'm gonna lower my weapon and just slice into its stomach.
Okay. As you cut into its belly, creating a large, it's kind of difficult even with your blade. It's a tough hide, and you can see now why it was so difficult for your companion Red to do much to it with her, even with her greatsword. This would require something with a very sharp magical edge, like the weapon that you use. And as you begin wrenching its blubbery skin open, you start to see bits of metal that start falling out a few at a time out of what you assume is its stomach. And all in all, you find about 120 gold pieces, which I will put
I do not find 120 gold pieces. I slice open that body and see some shimmering stuff, and I say, "Go fish."
Okay.
I'm going to walk away.
Eli, if you want to put your hands in the inky gore, you can grab those 120 gold and add them to your personal inventory.
Yes, I will.
Okay. And as you're fumbling for these coins, you find another metallic object bigger than the coins thunks onto the wooden deck. And it looks like a mug. Looks like it's made of brass. Like a brass-like metal with jade inlay. And I will put that into your inventory. I believe I just dropped it in your inventory. I'm not sure if it went into your... If not, I will put it in there again. There we go.
Take
and
that.
As you are pocketing that, you see a bit of shininess.
Ooh.
As you see a couple of gemstones. At least they look like gemstones. You find a few gemstones, which I will slip also into your inventory.
Yep, nothing to see here.
Would you like to make a sleight of hand check for all this? I would say that almost everyone saw you doing this.
Sticking my hand in here. Ew, prestidigitation.
That seems to be all that you find in its stomach. Oh, and you find a shoe. Just one shoe.
Hey, Ender, I got a magical thing for you.
And also, your hands start to burn.
Oh.
As this horrible viscous goo begins to burn the surface of your skin. You take 3 acid damage from this horrible goo as you're trying to wipe it off, wash it off with whatever you can. And I will award that experience to you guys. You each received 2,217 XP for that encounter.
Woo!
Wow.
Ghanima is now... She has pulled out some sort of a pike. Long pole with like a long metal pointy end with a little bit of a hook on it. And she begins pushing the creature into the water. Well, if y'all are done with this, I'd like it off of my deck so that I can begin to repair the damage that's been done. And she pushes it. It takes her a while, but she's able to push this creature off of the deck or into the water. Sploosh.
Eli wants to go cast Detect Magic on the cup.
You want to cast Detect Magic on it?
Yes.
Okay, you can do that. Unfortunately, it does not seem to be magical. Looks like it might be worth something, though, to someone.
Ah, okay. So, that's crappy. But, hey, it's worth money. Well, guys, I'm going back to bed. And Eli will stumble over to his cot.
Okay.
Well, I guess hammock.
I'm going to call it a night as well, but see though, you still have to spill all the beans on Zara tomorrow, okay?
What, these beans? Zito's gonna pull out his bag of beans.
That's two. You know, I could
Um,
make that into a joke somehow.
Zito's gonna get to work on a cast mending on the damaged parts of the ship.
Okay. How does mending work?
One second, I just lost it.
Okay. Ghanima has already started to guide the ship closer to shore and drop anchor while you're all... And you can see now that she has pulled out a crossbow and she sets up on top of the ship as she is looking out over the water and then looking out, gazing out onto the shore, looking for more threats.
Does the mending spell repair a single break or tear in an object you touch?
A single break or tear.
Yep. So I can cast it multiple times to repair a larger object.
Okay. It takes a while. How long does it take to cast that spell? Is it like a cantrip or...
Casting time is 1 minute.
Okay,
And it is a cantrip.
So it takes you a while. You lose about an hour mending the damage that was done to this sail and to the side of the ship, which was extensive.
It's better than spending multiple days repairing that.
True. And while you're doing this, Ghanima is just sort of watching you. Occasionally looks over and nods in your direction. You can see her from her perch on top of the cabin.
Zio's gonna nod back and get back to work.
Okay.
And
What-
I thought I would set up 3 cordon of arrows on the 3 sides of the ship,
Okay.
just in case.
What about the rest of the group?
I'm heading back to my hammock, but I'm also like kind of not able to look Ender in the face anymore after what I've seen.
Okay. Ender is apparently
After-
snoring as you head back to your hammock. He is
After I had healed friends up before
Okay.
I went to bed.
okay. What about you, Eli? What are you doing?
Eli is I was going to bed, but I forgot. I want to get a gift from Daddy.
If you guys want to take a quick break, you can, and we'll see what gift that he gets from Daddy.
I want to hear him say it first.
I'm going to get the bead of prayer.
Beads of prayer.
Yeah, right. I think I'm saying it right. And I am picturing which beads I want on it.
A bead necklace of prayer beads. That's what you're asking
Yeah,
for?
yes, that's what it is.
Okay.
And I'm picturing the certain color bead for greater restoration.
Okay.
As I try to pull it out of the box.
I don't think that's how it works, sir. I think they're random.
Well,
You know-
it says
It says you do not get to choose. The DM decides what type of bead it is.
yes, so that's why I said I was picturing, but you have to decide. I
Yeah.
don't know how it works,
So let me roll it.
that's what I'm saying. I said I'm picturing, but doesn't mean.
Look at that. The first one I rolled, it was Greater Restoration.
Yes, yeah, I knew there was a chance.
All right, let's see how many there are. Okay, so there are 4 beads. So you get Greater Restoration. You get 2 Greater Restorations. 3 Greater Restorations. And a Cure Wounds, 2nd level. Or a Lesser Restoration.
I think the cure wound second level. Ooh, perfect. So 3 greater restorations.
Okay. Did you want to immediately use those because they will disappear?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I want to walk over to Ari.
Dr. Eli is back in the
Eli.
house.
Hello. I'm sorry that you saw our other patient Ender. He's a little cuckoo right now.
Okay.
And I'll cast it.
You're
on
going to
her.
cast Greater Restoration on her?
Yeah,
Okay.
using the bead.
I do the same to Ender.
Yeah, after I joke with him.
Well, he's asleep. And
I'll wake him up.
Auri was just about to fall asleep. So if you want, we can wait until we've come back from our break, and then we'll continue with that.
Yeah, because Eli got a gloat.
Sure.
Eli, you're not gonna wake up Ender. If you do shake him, he's just unmovable.
Yeah, jump on him, poke him a bunch.
Yeah, we'll see about that,
Not
Andrew.
moving anything else.
Remember that call lightning I did earlier? I feel like that might wake him up.
Just stick the cube on him.
That works too.
A little zzz.
All right. I believe that Dr. Eli was approaching Auri in her bunk.
Hey, it's Eli. I don't know if you remember me. I'm the cool guy.
Red, you see this exchange after just as you tuck the babies back into their basket below your hammock before you go out to join Lithana.
Do those babies cry a lot?
They're already snoring again.
Okay, good, because I'm going to be casting sleep on them.
That's mean.
So he would walk up to Ari, and remember Dr. Eli, if you remember my name, and like, hi, just this is the end of Dr. Eli, and I will cast a spell, Greater Restoration.
Okay. So as you wear it, you've now slipped the prayer beads in your hand or on your wrist. You watch as this gentleman who calls himself Dr. Eli reaches out and places his hand on your head. And there is this warmth that begins to build and spread across your forehead. And you just all of a sudden start, this flood of memories begins to come back to you as you are completely restored to what you were before those horrible illithid tadpoles began their work on you and your companion Ender.
Oh, Eli, thank you. God, that was the weirdest feeling. It was like I knew who you were, but I didn't, and I thank you.
Always for a friend. And Eli will walk over to Ender and get real close to his ear and be like, Daddy has a gift for you. I'll slap him in the face a couple times. Mess with his mouth.
I grab
Daddy
his hand.
has a gift for you.
My eyes are closed.
As you
Whatever.
grab his hand with your eyes closed, Ender, you feel a warm tickle between your ears. The back of your head is tingling. As you as well, a flood of memories begin to resurface. Almost like pieces of a Jenga puzzle being shoved back into the negative spaces revealed. And you are whole once again.
I roll over and I sleep even harder.
Okay.
I'll use the cure wounds too on him. Second level.
Okay. He is back to his... He's all warm and fuzzy and rolled over in his hammock. He's wrapped up like a Ender burrito right now.
Has he just slept through it all?
Yeah. Completely oblivious.
Oh, it's okay. It'll be. No one needs to know. I'll make sure I remind him tomorrow morning. He saved his life.
He appreciates you. However, Ender's not going to tell you that.
As Eli will get in his hammock, he'll smile and be like, I'll make sure Ender hears about it in the morning. A lot. And he pulls the covers up. Oh! Before I go to bed, I will cast the ritual hut.
Okay.
So this doesn't happen again.
Unfortunately, the ship is too big for you to affect all of your companions if they decide to sleep in their personal hammocks. You will only affect those within that 10-foot bubble.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'll go on the floor there. Someone can take my hammock. I'm used to the floor anyway.
Okay. So Auri is
I
climbing
guess
over,
we're just gonna,
climbing
have
into Eli's little personal bubble.
we're gonna have to just like put ourselves around Ender since he's sleeping. He won't move.
See, as long as Eli's okay.
Oh, wow. As long as he's okay. I see how it is.
I'm just kidding. He'll let his party know. Get in here, everyone.
All right. And what about the rest of you? Zito is using his mending on the ship. Captain is continuing her watch. Ender is fast asleep. Auri's within Eli's hut. What are you doing, Red? You said you were going out to see Lithana?
Yeah, to watch with her.
Okay. So you two are going to take the next watch after Ghanima?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Ghanama's going first?
Yeah, she's been sitting up top with a crossbow this whole time.
Oh, okay. Well,
Watching Zito do his work.
Nap time then.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lithana will go take a nap. She'll take the second and third watch. She only needs 4 hours.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, I will mark you all as taking a long rest.
Finally!
And next day goes on. Is there anything that you wish to do the next morning when you awake? Any of you?
Divvy up all the loot that Eli's hoarding.
What's that?
Since Zito would like to divvy up all the loot that Eli's hoarding right now.
Okay.
Me, I'm not holding any loot. The loot's in the party inventory. Oh, did you want a wand of war mage? I don't have any use for it.
Now we saw all that stuff that he took and bagged.
Oh,
we all
it
have
was.
a say on who gets what.
It wasn't much. You mean from the octopus?
Yes, we all saw you, Eli.
Oh yes. Find his keepers.
I'm about to throw
Just
Eli
kidding.
off the side of the boat.
Do it. Do it.
Hey guys, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Watch out for krakens.
Anna, let us know if he gets attacked by a squid while he's doing his thing.
I will
just
inform you.
I just want to know if he gets yeeted into the living room.
He was laughing because he was taking off his headphones as he said, watch out for krakens, and he's chuckling on his way over there. Very funny.
So how about it, Eli?
I don't have much. Where I don't even know where the gems are.
Oh, so there's gems?
I don't even see them in my inventory. I think they're in the party.
No, they're in your inventory.
Where?
Let's see. There was an amber, an amethyst,
Ah,
and a jet.
a jet. Ah, oh, 100 gold. Oh, these are for spells. Do you need one for spell?
I'm saying I think everyone should have a say in it, rather than going in your inventory, Eli.
Well, you could claim it.
What else is there?
There was just a cup that I claimed. It's worth 250 gold. You want it?
See what everyone
I
else
have-
wants.
I have better cups on the airship.
Ari, Lathana, Red, you want any of this stuff?
It's going in a party? I don't even know what it is. I don't think I knew anything though.
I did not have need for jewels or mugs, iron, kobold.
Is there an emerald in there?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I wish.
Then I have no need. Although, Red, I think you might. That arcane propulsion arm, and Lithana will pick it up out of the party inventory. This might look good on you.
See, Athana, you'd have to. He like makes a chopping motion to her arm before it works.
Lithana shrugs.
Red chuckles a little bit. Magic Man, what benefits does the arm have? It might be worth it.
You mean you would cut off your arm for the prosthetic limb? Okay, Eli kind of explains what it does, how cool, what magics it holds. But you have to chop off your arm.
Well, I was noticing the other day she was having trouble hitting the creature. But this has magic damage, so it might help.
Red thinks about it for a few minutes, weighing the pros and cons.
I think a bad idea, but up to you. I think if you're worried about magic, I can do something about that.
I would prefer to use my sword if I can, Magic Man.
Oh, your sword?
I was gonna say, Zito could probably also help her.
Yes, Zito could help her. That's true! He's the artificer, he'll help you.
Yes, he made this wonderful bow, and she points to her back. I named it Kevin.
Kevin, that is quite funny, protector of kin. You amused me.
I'll have to record actual Kevin's voice and play it every time she aims.
You need to record him yelling "fuck" for every time you roll a natural one.
I might just have.
I mean,
will-
we have a vast library of podcast episodes. I guarantee you he's yelled it a few times.
Yeah.
Red will toss the propulsion arm to the side. Perhaps my arm will come off in more natural ways and we can use it later. But she will grab the lungs and say to Eli, Magic Man, these are of much more interest to me. If I had lungs made of metal, I could go after anybody like our iron kobold friend that ends up in the water. May this one have it?
Of course. And Eli will explain what she has to do to attune to it, if she's not familiar with magic. And he will help her get, he will explain to her and tell her all about the lungs. And the history behind it, as she bores off for the whole hour that she has to sit there while Eli explains to her.
Red will listen.
Yeah, take it.
It's very wordy. It's kind of dry. And after a while, it just sort of drones on, and you nearly fall asleep a few times. But you get the gist of what he's talking about.
That this one is very whatever. Magic Man, thank you.
Yes, anything I can do. Eli will walk over to Zito. Zito!
Yeah, Eli?
I was just messing earlier. Do you need any spells? We could share our knowledge.
What are you going to do with artificer spells, Eli?
Oh, you're full artificer. I see you cast a few spells I'm familiar with.
No, I'm just kidding. I've dabbled in a few wizardry, but I don't think there's any spells that I've seen you use that would benefit me.
Okay, well, just let me know. I have many spells. And there's a book that you could copy if you want to. Copy your spells from here, and I'll place it in the inventory. Or party inventory.
I can keep it.
Oh, I already copied everything from it. That was an old one. But we can sell it later if you don't need it. But I thought I'd give it a try.
Well, if you don't need it, I'll take it then.
Yeah, it's the Devastator spellbook.
Yeah, he's been carrying that one around for a while.
Yeah, I copied all that. I just didn't know what to do with it.
It could be sitting on your shelf back in your palatial suite aboard your airship.
That is true.
In your collection.
But
Red would go up behind Eli towards Zito, but she'd be kind of crouched down. It looks kind of scary because it looks like she's hunting him, but in her mind she's trying to appear more on his level and less scary. But it's probably still a little bit scary, and go up to him.
Sir, do I notice this?
What's your passive? Let's see. Zito's passive perception.
12.
12. Are you trying to be sneaky?
No. I'm just trying to look less intimidating.
So
but
as you turn around,
effect.
you see Red squatting down, trying to make herself as small as she possibly can, coming down to your level.
She's about to pounce. Get her.
Pulls out his Eldritch Cannon.
Zito's gonna run away.
that point, she would like pounce like to get in front of you, but like holding up her one hand slightly, like it's okay. I'm not doing anything.
Just like a cat, she's playing with her food.
Iron Kobold, I'm not going to eat you. You have nothing to fear from this one.
Do I believe her?
I don't know. Do you believe her?
So you're gonna keep a hand on his pistol. This is a. Then why are you trying to chase me then?
This one is not trying to chase you. This one wanted to appear less, how do you say, intimidating. This one only wanted to talk to the Iron Kobold.
By pouncing on me?
It is not this one's fault that you fled. Quite rude from where I come from.
I'm just used to everything trying to eat me.
This one is not a fan of kobold meat. She kind of like looks you up and down. Very tough.
I think you're the first person who ever said. Because apparently kobold's a delicacy to everywhere else on the world.
Perhaps to my kin, but this one has finer tastes than most shoppers. Not to say that you're nasty iron kobold, just not appealing as food.
So, what do you want to talk to me about then?
And I'd pull my greatsword off my back and like hold it in front of him, like at his level to grab. This one noticed that the squid was not susceptible to her metal blade. This one heard from the magic man that you could help make it better. Like the Slayer of Squid's blade. Or the Protector of Kin's bow.
That one's a pretty tall order. Since you're helping us out, I'll do the best I can to help you out, Red.
This one is grateful. You fight well, Iron Kobold, even for your short stature.
Thanks. And, Zito's gonna carefully hold on to the giant sword and try not to cut himself.
Yeah, it's really difficult for you to handle because of its size. But you're able to pull it to a place that is appropriate for you to take a look at and examine and attempt to do something with it.
Alright.
And Red would leave him be to that since she doesn't want to make him uncomfortable anymore.
Okay. What about the rest of you? What have you, I saw that Lathana, you're just kind of passing the time.
Yes.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm using the restroom like a normal person now.
Again?
That's a bad time.
No, not again. I'm just saying, like when I need to use it. I don't need to RP out every single time I have to use the restroom, do I?
Hey,
Well,
can I?
And you got a problem.
In the beginning of this campaign, didn't he also get himself into trouble by going into that one room where, where like, that was it was that room that had those curtains, and he was the one that just had to go in there to relieve himself.
Oh, and
We've
I
there's a
remember
trend
that.
here.
Gosh, that was this campaign. Yeah. Weird.
Oh, and remember when Gunny tricked him into thinking that the toilet was a shower? Was that what it was?
No. I think he was trying to tell me to drink from it.
Yeah, he was trying to get him to drink from it. Some strange traditions. And that was such a long time ago. For the group and for the players. Well, if there's nothing of importance that the group, any of you in the group would like to get accomplished today or over the next 2 days, for that matter, we can progress time forward as you all continue to head upriver.
Let's go up the river.
Go up the river.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than a few sending spells, Eli will, send off.
Okay, well, then that's a very specific thing, so let's get that handled now before we progress time. So what are you trying to send, and to whom?
I want to send to my friend, in the jar. I'm blanking what he's called.
The friend
Who
in
I
the
released
jar?
from the bottle. Who I released from the
djinn.
bottle. The Gen, yes, the Gen.
The genie.
The genie. The genie.
Djinn, okay. So you want
I
to try?
hope-
You want to try to speak to the Djinn.
Yes.
I was gonna say that. Does that even work since it's on another plane of existence?
It does, but there's a chance that it doesn't reach him.
Okay, how's that work?
Let me
Do you have to roll? Do you have to roll a check or?
Let me see. And even other planes, but if the target is a different plane other than, there's a 5% chance the message doesn't arrive.
Okay.
5%.
So you need to make a roll percentile dice, right?
Yeah.
So what do you say out into the ether on this message to the genie?
I hope everything is okay. I miss you a lot. If there's anything you could teach me, let me know.
Okay. Is that it?
Your friend Eli.
Okay. There's a few moments that go by, and you receive back a message. And did you want me to share this with the whole group or just whisper it to you?
You can share with the whole group.
Okay. It says the Djinn responds back to you that the elemental plane of Sirania is in turmoil. A mass convergence is upon us all. Be safe, my friend.
Dang! It was just being fun. Oh man. I will send another one and ask him, what are you referring to as this turmoil? Please elaborate. And you be safe as well.
It relays to you that something in his plane of existence has been releasing elder elemental creatures into this realm.
I will let the group know that something weird is going on with the elemental planes. And then I'll send one more message to the guy Lafana described. But Eli will go by himself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He'll be like, "What's up, motherfucker? I hope you're dead. If you hear this, let me know if you're still alive."
Wait.
She's mine.
Wait. Wait. What?
This is to Lathana's husband, or was his?
No.
Oh my god!
No.
Do you think that Castor is her husband?
Oh yeah, I thought it was. Eli thinks it is.
Okay, go ahead. Nobody.
Go ahead, do it. Do you do it? No takesy backsies. You did it.
Yeah, he said, "Hey, motherfucker, I hope you're dead." Where are you? How's the kids?
Oh, so you say that? Where are you? How's the kids?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You receive the following response back. Tell my cousin to be prepared for war. And that she will see her children very soon.
And then Eli will follow up. Oh, your cousins? I thought you were married. Weird people. I'll see you soon too.
We're from Kentucky.
You only receive one response. Very simple sentence. All you hear is, in your mind, reverberating, the eyes are everywhere. And that's it.
Yeah, I'm out of messages for the day.
That was the best thing ever.
And Eli will be like, walk up to Athana and be like, "You married your cousin?"
Lathana looks so confused. She's like, "What? What did you tell him?"
Oh, nothing. I was just curious.
No. I did not marry my cousin. My husband is dead.
Eli looks kind of happy. Like, oh, okay. Well, your cousin says he's gonna see you very soon with the kids.
Oh, really? Did he say anything else? Like where to find him or something else?
No, he just say eyes are everywhere.
She looks up at the sky. And then she looks over at Ghanima. Is that it?
Ghanima is sitting in her cabin right now. She's smoking on a long-handled pipe. And she just is chugging along, guiding her catamaran boat up the river.
Well, thank you for doing that.
Yeah. Anytime, just let me know. You have any weird family members that you want to talk to?
Yes, they probably seem a little strange to you. I'm not surprised.
Title of the episode, Listen Here, Motherfucker.
Eli thought it was she was trying to reach out to her husband.
That just goes to show you that Eli does not pay attention at all. He only hears half of what he's told.
He heard that she had a husband and then blanked out the rest of what she said that time on the ship.
He's just blue screening, sitting in the room, stops listening after she's got a husband.
Because I forgot who. Yeah, Castor's a cousin. But I was like, well, how Eli would perceive it. As he found out she has a husband, so he thought that she was trying to reach out to this man. Fun times.
No, we don't marry our cousins. That's the mansion right next to our neighbors. We don't do.
Elves are weird, man.
And that's all they have. And
I mean, technically, Lothana is a southern elf.
Well, I'll be.
So that's all you want to do, Eli?
yeah, I ran out of. Yeah, I don't have any more sending spells.
Okay. What about the rest of you? Nothing?
Nothing. For me. I have nothing that I need to do.
Okay. The day passes on. Very few instances, no direct threats. Not like you've seen as of late. It seems to calm down the further north you get, which is odd to you. Or at least it seems odd. Ghanima has been completely on edge most nights. During the daytime, she has been smoking more often out of her pipe. And you can hear her coughing occasionally, hacking up a lung. The third day of travel from the outpost, about midday, you can see that the catamaran is approaching a fork in the river. And wherever you're located on the boat, looking out onto the water, you can see clusters of trees and dead vegetation that are floating on the surface, forming a series of makeshift barriers and patches clogging the mouth of each of the river tributaries. And there is a bit of stone close to the river's edge where these tributaries meet. And there is a small thatch hut sitting there. And there's smoke curling out of a hole at the top of the thatch roof. And a large stone, smooth stone, which is sitting next to the hut. And you all clock this as you're getting closer to it. As Ghanima is now glancing, deciding, okay, we have to go northwest now. And she's looking at these patches of dead wood and trying to figure out how she's going to get the catamaran safely through without snagging anything or causing damage to her engines. What do you all do?
Eli will look at Ghanima. Is that what we're looking for?
Yes, that's the way we're supposed to go, but some blasted fools, I don't remember there being any sort of storm to blow the trees down into the river. It seems like this might have been done deliberately.
Be careful.
Is there any way that any of y'all could help me try to move it out of the way so we could, very least, we can slip through an opening?
Red would go to the water and jump in to try and move some stuff.
Okay.
Out of the way for her.
What about the rest of you?
Ender's gonna watch Red. He's not going in that water anymore. There are literally villages everywhere.
Okay. What about the rest
Eli,
of you?
I want to climb to the top and
Go.
keep a watch out.
Okay, you're going to keep watch. All right.
Yeah.
What about the... sorry, go ahead. I keep saying it. I apologize. I'm talking over you. Go ahead, Sabrina.
Lithana is going to be like, Ender, why don't you be a gentleman and go help him? Her. No, help her, Ed, I mean.
So he doesn't make cast shatter on the branches.
Okay. As you do that, Zito, you all hear a sound echoing out from the hut on that outcropping of rocks. And it's sort of a throaty voice that calls out to you all. Oi! Travelers! You must pay a toll if you wish to pass. The Glum Guardian commands it. And as you turn to the sound of that voice, you all see that stone that was on the ground has now stood up and has sprouted arms and legs and a head and a turtle-like humanoid completely covered in mud and wearing some sort of an outfit that seems to be completely made of woven leaves draped over its shell, is standing there and staring out towards you all.
And what is this toll?
What have you got?
We are but poor travelers.
Make a deception check.
I got this potion.
Ah, come on. Okay, I'm checking deception. Eee.
You're poor, but you have a boat. That doesn't sound right.
Oh, no. It's not our boat. It's her boat. And she's also really poor. Believe me. She hasn't
I'm
bathed in
afraid
days.
you'll have to pay. It's not up to me. You'll have to take it up with the Guardian. And
Sure you don't.
sorry, what was that? You came through kind of garbled there, Zito.
Yeah. So are you sure you don't want this potion?
The turtle is now clumped down, pulling its arms and legs and head into its shell. And there is a sudden quieting from what you heard. The sound of like the bugs and the buzzing around you is now starting to completely go silent. All the frogs are stopping. The bugs that were the incessant buzzing of the flies, and even the cicadas begin to quiet. And now there's another sound. A rushing of water. And as you all begin to turn and look behind you, something enormous emerges from behind the ship, and a blast of steam erupts from the front of it, covering this entire the large cloud. It covers this almost entire ship. Actually, no, I apologize. It wasn't. It wasn't Steam. Let's see. If you would all position yourselves on the ship where you were before this appeared.
Would Red be aware of like this guardian and this toll thing since she travels between these
I would say that
various outposts?
I would say that this would be if Red was listening while she was treading water, pushing the clumps of dead vegetation out of the way. Red would think this is very strange, and this waterway was not clogged the last time she came through here.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. Eli and Lithana, I need you both to make dexterity saving throws. Okay. Okay. Eli, you saved, so you will take 25 acid damage.
Oh.
And Lithana, you take 51 acid damage. As this wide head, comes up behind this enormous creature, clumps arms onto the back of the boat, nearly flipping all of you off of the boat from its weight, and its maw opens up and a stream of acid scatters across the deck straight towards the two of you, burning you. It then slips into the water. The boat is rocking as it goes underneath the waves, and I need you all to roll initiative. And I'll roll for Ghanima, because she's there too. I would say Ghanima is... So she was like right up there. Okay. Lithana, it is your turn.
Oh boy.
So your skin is on fire as you take the full brunt of this attack.
Lithana will use her action and dig out. Let's see. A potion of greater healing.
Okay.
And chug it.
Okay. That would be your bonus action. So you'll get 14 health points back. You can adjust that yourself.
Yeah.
The corrosive substances burn a dark scar into the surface of the boat, and it is pitted in areas where it splashed onto the deck of the wood.
Well, Lithana's skin is probably all looks just about the same. So,
And-
can Latana see the creature? Is it deep in the water?
It has gone underneath the water. You cannot see it at the moment, unfortunately. In fact, let me make it invisible.
Okay. Lathana's going to take a. Can she try to climb on top of the catamaran?
You can absolutely use the ladder to go right up top if you want.
Okay. And then she will move to here and then hold her action.
Okay. Rather than like having to switch back and forth between the two, I'll just say that you're on top of it right there. Ghanima, you hear her turn around and she says, "What in the blue blazes was that?" And she comes around the corner and sees you burning, Eli. And she is going to rush up towards you. And she will cast Cure Wounds at level 3.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I know I'm very soft.
And she gives, she heals you up 17 hit points. I've already adjusted it for you. And that is her turn. For the rest of her movement, she is going to rush back into the cabin. And she's going to try to take her chances at trying to get you guys the hell away from this thing. Whatever it was. Red, it is your turn. You're in the water, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You heard the sound of Eli and Lathani yelling. You heard Ghanima yelling. You're not entirely certain what's going on, but you felt the wake of the ship as you turned and looked back and saw the front of it, the bow, raise up and then splash backwards. And the wave kind of pushed you away just a little bit as you swam back up to the position that you were in previously.
Red will swim up and try to get back up on the ship.
Okay. Easy enough. It's just high enough that you can reach up and grab the edge of the deck and pull yourself up.
And since she doesn't see anything, she'll just kind of be like, Slayer of Squids, Great Shifter Spirit, what's happening? And then just no attacks or
Okay. On the creature's turn, you all... the surface of the water starts to quiet for a moment, and then... boom! The entire ship lifts up off of the surface of the water. I need you all to make dexterity saving throws. Eli and Auri, you are both just sort of lifted up off of your feet almost 6 inches, and then BAM! You land on the surface of the deck and you are both knocked prone. The rest of you are fine. You nearly fell prone. Let's see, Ghanima's okay. She nearly hit the top of her head and the inside of the ship as well. She is launched up in the air. The ship rests back down. And whatever that was, it was a mighty hit. And you can all see now the rivulet of water from the impact of the ship slamming down. And if looking out over the side of the ship where you are, Eli, you see just a shadow just under the surface of the water passing by the ship. And Ender, it is your turn.
I'm going to spend my turn helping.
Peeing?
No. I'm going to help Ari up to her feet.
Okay.
and then I'm going to move her right here,
Okay.
away from the side of the boat,
Like right here or
Yeah.
like right here?
right there.
Okay.
End of my turn.
All right. Zito, it is your turn. You were nearly knocked overboard. You watched as Red hopped up, and then the whole ship went whoosh on that side, on the other side where Eli is standing.
Alright, so Z is gonna get the idea that staying on the boat right now is not the best idea. So he's going to fly up into the air.
Okay. How high up in the air would you like to fly?
Let me double check. I think it's 60 feet is the maximum speed.
With your wings of flying?
Yes.
Okay. Is that all you'd wish to do?
Either. I'm going to hold my action to see if I can find whatever is attacking the boat.
Okay. You can also see a dark shape under the surface of the water over on the side of the ship where Eli is. And it seems to be moving towards the front of the ship. And as you watch it, you see it seems to be going a little deeper. Just as you fly up in the air, you see that.
Alright, so I'm going to yell down and give Red warning that it's near the front of the ship.
Also, no, I guess I'll show you here in a moment what this thing looks like. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Auri, it is your turn. Ender has picked you up and he has pulled you away to the side of the ship over near the, just in front of the railing, near the ladder that leads up to the top.
Okay, I'm gonna trust his judgment because he pulled me over here, and I'm just gonna grab onto his arm and cast guidance on him. So his next ability check, he can add a D4.
Okay, you can. I believe you can drop that effect onto him directly on the map or on the. Yeah, Red probably thinks you guys are cursed. This is the most fun she's ever had.
And I have the wrong version of it to be able to do that.
Isn't it not letting you?
Not from. Yeah, that's all. There's no like up down or anything.
Okay, no worries. We'll just remind him that he has that. It's a D4, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, and that's the end of your turn, or do you want to move?
No, I'm gonna stay here. If he brought me here, I'm gonna trust that he brought me here for a reason.
Okay. You are also immediately aware that somewhere within the cabin, you can hear crying, a chorus of crying from the toddlers. Which I should remind you, but you all, they have 4 hit points apiece. And I believe it is Eli's turn.
Can Eli look over? He'll stand up first, 15 half movement. Can
Okay.
he see the creature?
You can see that it is going deeper slightly. You can still see this. It is so big that you can still see it under the surface.
Like cast a spell. Can I?
Okay, go for it.
I will cast. He has to save.
Okay.
Where I have to target it? Is it on the? Okay, yeah.
Yep, there it is. It succeeds. It rolled a 20 against your DC 16.
All right, it takes half damage.
All right. It takes. For some reason, it didn't take half damage. That was full damage for some reason.
No, that's half 2d8. necrotic. 4d8 is full damage.
Ah, okay.
And I will use 15 feet to go up.
To go up?
Yeah, the ladder. Or try to
Okay.
get to the ladder.
I would say that it would take. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, it would take 15 feet to get to the ladder. You're still on the surface of the boat.
Okay, I'm gonna grab on the ladder and hold for dear life.
Okay, I'll tell you what. If you have to make another dex save, you'll have advantage if you're holding on.
Okay.
To the ladder.
And I'll have my turn there.
Okay. Lithana, it is your turn again.
Can Lithana see the creature from the top of the ship?
Not from where you're standing. I should also mention that you are still down 51 hit points.
Oh,
I don't think you adjusted those 14 hit points back. There you go.
There we go.
I didn't want to cheat you out of the health that you gave yourself.
Alright. Is there anything she can grab onto on the surface, or she can like go on her knee to like stabilize herself a bit?
There's chairs.
Are they bolted?
Yeah, they're bolted down to the surface. There's 2 rows of them. One near the closer to the front and one closer to the back of the top of this raised area.
Alright, she's going to sit backwards in the chair, so it's like the
like you're getting ready like you're getting ready to talk shop to a middle schooler.
Yes, exactly. And
Wait,
she's gonna hold on. Just like Captain America.
Okay.
Gosh, I'm trying to remember the quote. Gosh,
So-
I'll send the video in the chat.
So
Anyways.
you got the tension.
Yes, exactly. And she'll hold her action until she sees something.
Okay. All right. Ghanima is going to rush towards the cabin, sit in the chair, and she cranks the engine and starts moving the ship as fast as she possibly can. So she'll be able to move the ship. She's starting to move it away from that, and you can now see that she's moving towards the barrier. Straight towards the barrier, like she's going to try to ram through it. And Red, it's your turn. You feel the ship lurch under your legs, and you can see Ghanima in the cockpit now.
Does she see any shadow or anything in the water?
Unfortunately,
In front of the boat?
Unfortunately, you see nothing. At this point, the ship has lurched forward several feet. Where you were looking before, you can't see it, unfortunately, where you're standing.
How big is the barrier? Is it
Um,
like a legitimate
it's-
barrier, or just kind of like a thrown together?
Think of it as a partially constructed beaver dam. It's a crisscross of wooden branches, and there are places that the ship might be able to fit through, but it might also damage or potentially get the ship stuck. Just giving it a general glance when you were in the water pulling like branches away.
And how far are we from it? About now?
Right now, it looks like in another 12 seconds, you'll be at the barrier. So in another 2 rounds, the ship, Ghanima, is going to do something. She's going to try to put power through.
Would Red be able to get to it to try and attack it with her sword to maybe knock more free than just picking at it like she was before?
I would say that you could try, but you would have to be perched on the front of this vehicle. You would have to be right at the edge as it struck. And there's a good chance that you might be thrown free when the ship would impact. Common sense would say.
Okay. Red is just going to head back towards the like sleeping quarters part of the ship to check on the little shifters then, as far as she can get towards them.
All right. Eli, it is your turn.
Eli will keep holding on the ladder.
You're not gonna go up.
I'll go back and see if I can see the creature.
Okay. You can see that the dark mass. The ship has moved away several feet from where it once was, so it's towards the dark mass. Looks like it's towards the back of the ship now.
Okay. Like how far?
Like almost towards the very back of the ship. Like the ship started to lurch forward. So it moved forward. We'll say it moved forward about 50 feet.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, okay, I'm out of range. I will. And I can't use that spell, so I will try to firebolt it. If I
Okay.
can.
Go for it. I would say it have resistance to your attack because it's underwater.
All
so
right.
it would take half damage if you hit.
All right.
That unfortunately is a miss. As your firebolt arcs into the water and just goes bloop, goes out.
Dang. And then, I will run back to the ladder and hold on.
Okay.
His turn.
Zito, it is your turn. I would say that you are now here. Because you are flying up in the air as the ship started to move. So you're hovering up in the air above Lithana. You turn to look.
Move.
You can see that the sail nearly hits you as the ship has moved.
Zito's gonna move 60 feet towards the front.
Okay.
He's trying to get closer to the barrier.
Ah. So you're gonna move 60 feet, you said?
I'm moving 60 feet.
Okay.
And how far is the barrier away from me?
It's about 100 feet away.
Oop, that's in range. I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray on the barrier.
Go for it.
Okay, I'll do this at 3rd level.
Okay.
So I'll have 4 casts.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attacks. Ender, you're up on deck. You're coming up next. So I would say that it's a relatively easy AC to hit. You hit with all of your attacks. So you watch as you are hurling your scorching rays out at the barrier, and you're setting it ablaze. The bits that are up on top of the water that are a bit drier than the parts that were soaked in water, you can see flame, which is starting to erupt in the areas where you are lobbing your scorching ray attacks.
Alright, I'll end my turn there.
Okay. Ender, it is your turn. You can feel the inertia of the vehicle moving you forward.
I am going to come here, and
Okay.
I'm going to tell Red to be careful and hold out my hand for her to grab if she needs it.
Okay.
End of turn.
All right. So you're holding your action to grab her hand to give her assistance?
If she needs it. I have a hand on the side of the cabin waiting
Okay.
for
Sure.
any
Yeah,
kind of
that
shift.
if she reaches out, if you had to do a dex save, that would definitely give you both advantage.
Okay, cool.
Auri, it is your turn.
Okay, how far is the barricade from me?
I'm sorry, all I heard was how far is a
How the barricade from me?
At the moment, let's see. I would say that it is just over 140 feet away from you.
Okay.
Like maybe just under 140 feet, I should say.
Okay, well, since I'm getting tossed around here, I guess I'm going to head inside and check on the children for her so that these two that are stronger in battle can stay out.
Okay. As you whip around, sliding between the two of them, that is the mainmast. You can see that the two children are holding on for dear life, bear hugging the mainmast. Like they've scooched up it like little bears, clawing and holding on for dear life to the mainmast. And they are screaming.
I'm gonna hug on to either of them on either side and hold on to the mast too, just to like so they don't go flying.
Okay. I will treat them as objects that you are holding, so you will have to make saves. They won't.
Okay.
All right. And that's the end of your turn? Okay. On the tyrant's turn, it leaps up onto the back of the ship. Boom! Whoops. And it looks, for any of you who can see, like this. And I need all of you to make dexterity saves. For those of you who are holding on to something or someone, you get advantage.
Dang, that's a crazy creature.
Ender, you rolled a d4. 4 plus
18.
18. You're good. Eli, you're good. Auri, you're good.
I'm in the air, so I don't think I need to make one.
Yeah, that's right. You don't have to make a save because you're flying. Red and Lithana. Red, you fall overboard. Sploosh.
Wait, Red should have a advantage. Oh, never mind.
She slipped out of your hand, unfortunately. Your hand was wet from sweat. You begin sweating from the heat, from this oppressive heat. Even on the water's edge here, you're still feeling the heat from the swamp. And she just slips. You just watch as she looks back at you, her eyes wide, and sploosh into the water. Let's see. Lithana, make a... well, I would say that Lithana, you don't fall over, but you nearly fall over the edge, and you are knocked prone. And let's see if the creature gets its attack back. It does not. And it will use the rest of its movement to climb up on top of the ship. Or actually, yeah. It climbs up on top of the ship and begins stalking, slowly stalking. You all hear the sound of its footfalls. And that's all it does. Lithana, it's your turn. You are laying prone on the top. You can hear this creature's footfalls, the sound of its feet thumping into the roof. You can hear the children below deck crying out, screaming.
Holy crap. So, I can't see it from where I'm at, but I hear the screaming.
I would say that as you are scrambling, tumbling, getting ready to pull yourself up off of the deck, you see it. And that's what you see, what I shared with you.
Alright, well I use half my movement to stand up and brace myself back in my chair and move Hunter's Mark from Zibo, because
Okay.
over to the side.
You see, this thing looks like a giant crocodile with snakes for hair. And you see a long tail whipping behind it with what looks like a stinger on the end of it.
I'm gonna move back a bit.
Okay.
And then she will aim and fire.
Okay, go for it. That unfortunately is a miss. A 17 misses the creature as your arrow bounces off of its hide, this thick, bumpy hide. Your second one. Oh, also it says you're out of ammo. I don't think you've been picking up your arrows.
She doesn't have to.
Yeah, no worries.
No, it doesn't use any ammunition, Jeremy.
Let's change it to 100. How about that?
Hey.
There you go. Unfortunately, your second attack also missed as you rolled a 12.
Dang it. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Red, it is your turn. You are in the water, prone. Like you belly flopped. Well, I should say back flop, backwards, slipping out of the helping hand from Ender.
Alright, I will use half my movement, I guess, to get readjusted in the water, and then the rest of it to just get back up towards like a spot that I can maybe climb up top.
Okay, it's easy to pull yourself up. It's not so high that you can't reach it.
Okay.
With a bit of an acceleration, you could easily grab handholds and pull yourself up. There's rigging on the sides of the ballasts for each side of the catamaran.
Okay, so I'll just go up to the edge and prepare to climb it then.
Okay, and you're pulling yourself up there?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to do anything else?
That is it.
Okay. Eli, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Eli will climb up the ladder and look at the creature.
You see this crocodile serpentine face, a long forked tongue slipping out and then moving back in like it's tasting the air, and then snakes writhing off of the back of its head and neck and back.
I will cast a spell on the ladder.
Okay. That is a success. It takes 14 of your necrotic damage as you reach out and cast Blight on the creature. And you can see it hits it in the shoulder of its front left haunch. And you can see the skin sizzling and bits of scales sloughing off of its body.
And Eli will climb back on the ladder.
Okay.
The rest of his movement.
You're playing keep away. Zito, it is your turn.
Alright, Zito is going to fly down towards Red.
Okay.
And he's going to touch the giant sword on her back. Says, I believe in you, and I'm going to cast Magic Weapon at level 4.
Nice. So what does that do?
Makes her weapon a +2 to attack and damage.
Okay.
And magic.
+2 to attack and magic.
I already said it on her.
Oh, I was going to say, I just fixed it for her. So it should be, she now rolls at a +11 and does 2d6 +7 slashing magical damage.
And...
But I can
creature
let me take that off then, since you put it on her. Okay, that way it doesn't mess it up and roll it twice. Can you see the creature from where you're at? No, but you can hear its footfalls, and you saw it as you were flying down to Red. You had to get out of the eye line of it to get to her.
Okay, then
but I believe you have 10 more feet of movement, don't you? Flying?
I was gonna say I was gonna move up 10 feet, and I'm gonna cast Firebolt at it.
Go for it. Aw, Ender doesn't feel like anyone believes in him. What's that all about?
Oops, I accidentally hit Red.
Well, you hit the creature and you missed Red.
do 15 damage.
Okay. You hit it in the place on the other side of its body. You just hear this guttural "Ooh!" as you hit it with your firebolt.
Not my turn there.
All right. Ender, it is your turn, sir. You watched as Red pulled herself back up. You saw Zito zip down with his wings of flying, or boots of flying. You have wings of flying, right?
Flying.
I would assume as an artificer, you got these mechanical dragonfly wings that are propelling you forward. Ender, it is your turn.
Is the Glum Tyrant... Oh, I didn't mean to move there. My bad. Is the Glum Tyrant, inside?
No, I'm rather than having to share two maps, I just kept it on here. Right now, it's technically standing on top of the ship on that upper deck level where Lafana is.
I'd like to climb up there.
Okay. You could very easily get up onto the deck, yep. And you still have the rest of your movement and your actions.
I would like to... move right there
Okay.
and provoke the creature. Anyways, and then my turn.
All right. Ghanima is going to, on her turn, she's going to put the pedal to the metal and she propels the ship forward another 50 feet. And Auri, it is your turn. You are currently clutching onto the main mast, and you can hear the thumping footfalls over the sound of the children crying in your ears.
Okay, realizing that my physical strength is not my strong point, I'm going to call upon nature and cast Entangle on us so
Okay.
that the children and myself will be restrained there, but it doesn't do any damage, so they should be fine.
All right. These, the floorboards, this dead wood, suddenly new life begins to sprout from the floorboards and curl up around your legs, the children's legs and arms, until there's this almost a lattice-like cocoon holding you in place to this mainmast.
And then, with my bonus action, I'm going to go straight up Mama Bear mode, and I'm going to turn into a polar bear and position my body just so that, like, they're obviously safe. I'm not sitting on them, but I'm covering them. They're underneath me.
Okay. Bam.
Perfect, and that is my turn.
Okay. On the Glum Tyrant's turn, let's see if it gets its ability back. It does not. It rolled a 1. The creature, seeing you in front of it, Ender,
I definitely challenged it.
you definitely challenged it. It reaches out with one of its serpent heads. Let's see. Actually, no. It will come up to you. Whoops. There. And you watch as one of its serpent heads just whack comes forth and strikes you. Whoops. Or tries to strike you. A 24 hits, correct? Okay. You take 26 piercing and acid damage as its multiple fangs from the serpent head clasp down onto your shoulder momentarily, and you can feel this horrible venom coursing into your flesh as it removes its mouth. It then opens up its hideous maw and attempts to bite at you. And a 23 hits, correct? Okay. You take 21 piercing damage as it bites into your body and you are grappled by it. Your speed is currently 0. And that is the end of its turn. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It does have more attacks. It is going to hold you in its mouth. And it's going to... Let's see. It moved 10 feet. Has another 20 feet. It will move there with you in its mouth. And it will strike at you, Lithana, as its serpent head, impossibly long, reaches out and tries to bite you. And a 35 hits, correct?
Holy crap. Yes.
Okay. You take 31 piercing and acid damage as one of its hideous snakeheads reaches out impossibly long and strikes you. And unfortunately, you failed your concentration check. That was a 6. And that is the end of the tyrant's turn. Holy crap, the tyrant goes again. Okay. Ender?
That is severely unlucky. Continue.
Ender, you are swallowed. The creature... Lithana, you look on in horror as the creature begins to tilt its head up. And Ender is slid into its gullet. And you are blinded and restrained.
Ooh. I got him right where he wants me, guys. Oh wait, he's got me right where I want him. Wait, he's fucking me. He's fucking eating me, guys. Hell.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. That was funny. I'm so sorry. I don't. The way you said that. Okay, it will strike at you again with one of its serpent heads, Lithana. A 24 hits, correct?
Yes.
You get struck. It deals 22 piercing and acid damage to you, and Lithana falls backwards, unconscious. You will be making death saves. Ghanima is going to floor it. The rest of the movement hits the barrier. Boom! I need everyone to make dexterity saves, except for Ender.
I got this.
Ender and Lithana.
I'll take it. I'll do it. If I can get knocked out of the belly, I'm definitely, hopefully that I hope I'm gonna fail this.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna roll a con save to see if it regurgitates you.
Good news. I failed the dex save.
I'm
That's
still
good,
gonna.
right?
I'm still gonna roll a con save to see if it regurgitates you. Let's see if it fails its dex save. It's a big creature, so it's not very dexterous. Oh no, it failed. So the creature is lands on its stomach, and you get. Let's see if it fails its Constitution save.
I'd be covered in so much slime. Either way, I mean, either I'm in the tummy or I'm not. I'm still gonna be covered in slime.
Ender just gets hak patui and spit out of its mouth. Let's see. I would say that you fall down to the deck there.
You know that scene from Akira, the badass scene where that guy's on the motorcycle and it does that cool little side skid? That's basically me coming out of this guy's mouth. I wonder if I could find it in GIF.
You take 7 bludgeoning damage as you are, boom, you hit. You're no longer blinded, restrained. Let me take those effects off of you. And you're no longer grappled. Gosh, and all the miss of that, I didn't even see what everyone else's dexterity save was. Looks like Eli's okay. Lithana fails automatically. I didn't know if anybody else rolled dex saves, honestly.
It's still flying.
Okay.
Oh, do I roll it still?
Yeah,
Really?
you still roll even in your bear form.
No, yeah, but with the restraint from the entanglement.
Oh
that I put
no,
in.
you're right. I would say no. Then you don't have to roll. Zito doesn't have to roll. Ghanima has to roll. Let's see what happens to her.
The babies are safe.
She gets knocked around to hell inside of her chair, falls out of her chair, and then starts to pull herself back up. The ship has busted into the barrier, and parts of it break away, clearing the path in front of it as the ship is now chugging along. And Ghanima hits a button as she is crawling up back into her chair, and she turns around and she is looking around, like trying to see the creature. And she will rush out with her movement onto the deck of the ship. And Zito, it is your turn. You just watched as this creature fell forward prone and spit Ender's body out. And Lithana is unconscious, half hanging over the edge. Looks like her body's about to fall off of the top onto the deck below. It's teetering.
Alright, I'm still gonna be 50 feet back, right?
Yeah, I would say that if you want to use your movement, you can to get back to where you are.
So I'll just move 10 feet forward then.
Sure.
I'll be 60. I can't reach the Thana. I am going to use my action and call forth my familiar. And I'm going to send Tim to the Thana.
Okay. Gonna send Tim.
Yeah, Tim, my Raven familiar.
Okay. So you bamf out your raven, and this large bird begins flying towards the unconscious, teetering form of Lithana.
I'm going to have it on the deck below the monster so it can't get a nice shot on it.
Okay. The deck below it, like,
Yeah,
so not where Lithana
Red
is?
is right now.
Okay, so
No, not yet.
Gotcha. Okay, so the raven is down on the deck near red. Gotcha. Tim, the tool man raven.
Yeah, I'll be next to Lithana.
Okay.
And I'll end my turn there.
All right, Auri, it's your turn. You just watched Ghanima gun it out, rushing out of the cabin, going onto the deck. The children are wrapped up like cocoons next to you, and they're whimpering and shivering.
Well,
And also, guys, it is 9:56 p.m. I believe this will be the last round, unless you guys want to go a little longer.
I'm probably going a little longer.
That's fine with me as well.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. I will leave it up to the rest of the group. Adam, Anna.
I'll stick around for like 20 minutes.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to continue to just... Can I hold my action just in case it does come down here, which I feel like it won't, but it might?
You can ready an action. You just have to say what you're readying. You just don't get. Unfortunately, you lose your movement if you ready an action. You don't get to use movement on your readied action unless
that's
you're
fine.
saying that your readied action is you're gonna run like hell.
No, if he comes down here, I'm gonna multi-attack at him, but I'm not... That's it.
Okay.
Like it becomes up here.
Also,
Okay,
don't forget to
yeah,
throw
nicely.
your bare hit points on yourself.
Yeah.
And Lithana, I need you to make a death save. That's a success.
I twitch my fingers.
Okay. Red, it is your turn. You can see the unconscious form of Lithana Aisha draped over the edge of the top of the cabin. Looks like her body's about to slip off and fall onto the deck below. And you can see a raven just hovering above the deck underneath her.
Would Red be able to grab and put her down on the lower deck and then climb up top with the lizard?
If you had enough... unfortunately, I would say that you'd be able to grab her body and pull her down as your action. So that's a kind of a complicated move, grabbing her from above you to pull her down and put it onto the deck. So normally I'd give players the use of their movement to move an unconscious friend or an ally who is next to an enemy. Like you can use part of your movement to do that. But I would say it would take your action in order to do that, because it's kind of a complicated maneuver to prevent her from getting hurt.
Red's just gonna jump up and go for the lizard.
Okay, it is prone. Let me throw the prone condition onto it, because I believe... yep, there we go. I believe you get advantage on your attacks because it's prone.
Nice. And I will rage as a bonus action.
Alright, let me turn your rage on. Red, your sword is currently glistening with some sort of ethereal energy, which is making the blade somewhat glow. You see this creature laying down on the deck, looking like it's getting ready to push up with its 4 legs. And you can see its tail is whipping around, and the pincer is knocking against the catamaran's central mast. That's a hit. As you deal 17 slashing magical damage to the creature, carving into its hide. A 30 is also a hit. As once again, this time dealing 15 slashing magical damage to the creature.
That is my turn.
Okay. Ender. It is your turn, my friend. You're currently prone, so you can use half
Packing
your
it up,
movement to
boys.
get up.
We're packing it up. This is a lost battle. Someone grab Lithana, we're leaving. I want to talk to your manager, Glum Tyrant.
Are you wearing your Karen wig right now, Ender?
That's a really funny joke that I don't know what you mean. Anyways, I am leaping up there because why wouldn't I just dive at another chance to get in there, you know?
Okay, so as part of your run, make an athletics check.
You got it.
Okay. Ender, you launch yourself up. No need to even touch the ladder. And land right next to Lithana's prone body.
I'm going to... Is she still down?
She is down. Her arm is... One arm is holding, still sort of clutching her bow. The other one is draped over her arm, is laying over the side, and you can see she's beginning to slip off onto the deck below. Almost half of her body's hanging over the edge.
I grab her. I'd like to grab her and
Okay.
leap down.
All right. No need to do an athletics check for this. You can easily drop down. So you grab her body.
I have her with me, and
Okay.
I'm having it inside the door.
Inside the
So
door?
If the snake is going.
Okay, so
well,
like
if
right
it can.
right there?
That's right. That's where I'm setting her, and that's the and for my bonus action, I would like to regain some health. And
Okay.
Then I'm gonna end my turn.
Alright. Well, in that case, Eli, it is your turn.
Eli will spend 15 movement up to the ladder, or however far it is. Look at the creature. Oh, the crap. And he will cast. What do you think it is? Drumroll, polymorph.
Hey.
Honestly, I'm excited for this spell.
It rolled a 31. That's a natural 20.
Let me luck. Let me see.
I don't know if you can use luck.
Because luck allows me to. I don't know if. Because I know I can change.
It only works on attacks, I believe. But let me. Let's see.
Dang.
You can spend a luck point when an attack roll is made against you.
Okay. So it's against me.
Yeah.
Or if I'm attacking a creature, but it's not a spell. I don't think.
Yeah. So you pop up, and you're like, turtle mofo, and nothing happens. There's a few sparkles that come off of your fingers, and that's it.
And then he goes back to the ladder.
Okay.
I have next turn.
Lathana, make a death save. Unfortunately, that is a failure. That is one unsuccessful death save. And Eli, it is your turn again.
Eli will pop back up.
I'm guessing you're doing the same thing, right?
Of course I'm doing the same thing. My last level 4 spell.
It rolled a 29. Unfortunately, that is a success. This creature seems beyond your ability to transform it into something harmless.
As a bonus action, I will Misty Step.
Okay.
Here.
Can you
Below.
cast twice?
It has to be a cantrip.
Yeah, it has to be a
Oh.
cantrip. Sorry.
True, okay, never mind.
I don't want your aggro over here. It's the only reason why I bring it up.
Okay, back on the ladder.
I've had enough like one parent. Just
He's been playing keep away. Okay, so the creature will use half of its movement to stand up. And it is going to turn and look at you, Red. And it's going to... Let's see if it has its ability back. Nope. That's 3 ones it's rolled so far. I think it's had, what, 4 rounds? It's rolled a 1 every single time. It's not getting that ability back, I don't think. So first things first, you watch as the creature's serpentine heads in quick succession strike out at you, Red. And that's a critical hit, you guys. You
right?
take
Good.
55
Sorry.
piercing and and acid damage as this thing it not just bites you, but it manages to punch you with a haymaker with its head before it impacts and bites your neck, ripping out a chunk of flesh as it does. It then attempts to strike you again with the serpent head. And also hits. I'm sorry, I read she takes only 38 damage? What was that?
Dude,
Oh, I'm sorry.
And she only
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. It was reduced down to 38. Holy crap, guys. Red's a badass.
Yes, I'm so glad.
Rage, bro. Rage is insane.
You take 25 piercing acid damage, reduced down to 16. In frustration, the creature huffs, and it then attempts to bite you. And a 20 hits. You take 21 damage, reduced down to 10, and you are now grappled in its mouth.
Careful with that move. It will swallow you.
And it uses the rest of its movement to leap down. Just gonna slip down here with Red in its mouth. We'll say that it's dangling you over the water right now. And Red, it is your turn. Would you like to attempt to get out of its grip?
Can I still attack from its mouth?
Absolutely. There's nothing, even though you are grappled, all that does is it makes your movement 0. It has no negative effect on your attacks.
Sweet. I'm gonna attack recklessly on it so that I get advantage. I'm gonna shift as my bonus action as well, so yeah, whatever. I'll shift for my bonus action.
I'm so sorry. Adam, you're on point tonight, sir. That is 16 slashing magical damage to the creature as you carve into it, hacking away as its multiple serpent heads. And then another 20 damage as you slash into the creature.
And that is my turn.
Do you have a bonus action? Do you have a healing potion on you?
Nope.
Okay.
But I shifted, so I got the 12 temporary.
I see that. Ender, you are on deck, my friend. It is your turn.
I am going to... Well, I'm going to keep distracting the Glum Tyrant then. I'm going to step up and ask him if he wants seconds.
Well, you've already asked if if you could see its manager, so...
Alright, so for my attack here, I'm going to use... Actually... I'm going to just attack it twice.
Okay.
See what happens.
That's a hit. As you say 25 to hit, as you deal 14 slashing magical damage to the creature.
It's being a little slow. There it is, there it is.
And that is
I
also
think-
a hit, I believe.
Jeremy, is anyone else lag?
It might be lagging a little bit. 26 definitely hits, though. As another 14 slashing magical damage to the creature.
Now I'd like to action surge.
Okay, go for it. That is a critical hit. A 33 to hit. Critical hit to the creature.
Cool. Now
Is
I roll my damage. Remember, I also have savage attacks because I'm an orc.
Yes, it's programmed in, so it should automatically... Yep, there we go. See how it automatically added it? No worries. Yeah, you see how it automatically added it for you?
Okay.
So that's 19 slashing magical damage to the creature. That was a healthy hit.
Alright, now I will attack it for my 4th attack.
Okay. That's a 29 to hit. And that is an 8 more slashing magical damage to the creature. Red loves Ender.
Now I'm going to use my bonus action to drink a health pot.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn. I'll do that while you're going to the next person.
Sure thing. Auri, it is your turn again. Will you want to continue to stay where you're at?
No, because I've seen that Lathana's body was just dragged into here and she's clearly unconscious. So I'm going to use my bonus action to drop my bear form.
Okay.
and use my movement to get to Lafana. And I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on her in just a second.
Okay.
At the level.
All right. It's 15 healing points of HP back to Lafana. Lafana, your eyes blink open. There's an acrid taste in your mouth. You feel like you bit your tongue. And you look, you see your bow is next to you. Auri is looming over you, and you are on your back.
It did something really weird there. It like cast it, and then it also cast a second one. I don't know if you see that.
I will take the 15 extra off of her.
Yeah, okay. That, I don't know how that happened.
That's okay. It's all gravy. Let's see, so... Oh, math is hard. It's 43 you're down. There we go. But you are awake. At the end of your turn?
Yeah, that is the end of my turn. Well, actually, I think I have enough movement to get... Yeah, I do. To get back to the kids.
Okay. They're still entangled. I would say, well, yeah, you're not affected by your own entangle, I don't think.
I don't think.
We'll say that, yeah, well, no worries. We'll say that you're not affected by it. It would just half your movement, if I'm not mistaken. Or it would keep you there. Zito, it is your turn.
Alright, Zito is going to move in closer.
Okay.
As much as he hates to do that. Am I able to see Lothana from here?
I would say yes. The curtain is open. She's laying on the ground. And she looks like she's groggy. She's lifting her head up a bit. She's reaching for her bow.
I'm going to cast Aid on 5th level on all 3 of them.
Okay.
See, it's 5 for every level above that. So that would be 25.
25? So you're healing.
So the hit point maximum and their current hit points increase by 25.
So their hit point maximum increases. Is there like an effect you can drop on them? Because that's a lot of numbers and math to keep track of.
Can I just do temp?
I'm doing that.
Okay.
Can I just do temporary health? Would that work?
Well, we'll see if his ability is programmed in before we start figuring that out.
That's a wild spell. I like that a lot. That makes it so all of us can at least start taking some hits. Because this thing hits... Well, it doesn't hit Red very hard, but it hits us pretty hard.
This thing hits like a Mack truck.
Yeah. It can disable someone in one... Well, we saw that with Lafana. Again.
Yeah, this is a custom monster that I based on a monster from a long time ago and like ages past of D&D.
I like it. It's a mean dick.
So I just want temporary hit points, but just note their maximum HP is increased by 25.
Okay. So it's not programmed in, is what you're saying?
No, it doesn't automatically do it. Just says the temporary hit points.
Okay. No worries. Ghanima, spinning around, she sees that Lothana is still on the ground. She's going to rush up towards you, Lothana. And she is going to use her last level 3 to cast Cure Wounds level 3 on you. And you get 18 more hit points back.
Lothana's feeling the wolf.
it's about that time, guys. So if you would like to come to an end here now, you can. And we will pick this back up on the 2nd of August.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man. Oh man.
I know, I'm so sorry. This was meant to be the big one for you guys.
It is a big one for us still.
To let you guys, like, you know, end on a high note. If you take this thing out, you guys get a lot of experience for this.
Sounds like a punching bag. And it's still wounded in the green wounding too.
Yeah, it's still hurt. It's hurt a lot, but you guys have done a lot of damage. You've done like 164 damage to it.
What the
Can
hell?
you tell
It's
us
still
how much does it have?
How many hit points does it have? I'm not gonna tell you that.
Well, forget about it, Jeremy. You can tell us.
How about this? Let's see whose turn it is next. And if it's the creature's turn, then we'll end right now. If it's one of y'all's turn, then we'll keep going for one more round. Agreed?
Okay. Yeah.
It's Lathana's turn.
So we're ending on.
We're ending on round 6.
All right. Let's go another round. This one, we all still had hope, guys. That last round, we all had hope. Like, yeah, we could turn it around. We were all feeling healthy. We have to see what kind of devastation this monster does to us over this round. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Alright, Lithana will, I'm guessing she lost her concentration.
Unfortunately, yes, that was lost.
Alright, she will channel her energy and put some lightning in her arrow.
Okay. As you pull yourself up, it takes half your movement to stand up.
And
And-
she would like to use, go ahead.
I was just gonna make a scary noise.
Go ahead.
You just hear this thing bellowing out there. It still has red in its mouth, I should mention.
Oh gosh. Well, super not intimidated, not at all. Lithana would like to use her guidance for her next weapon shot.
Okay. I believe it's a D4. Should roll automatically, I believe, unless he didn't put it on you. I don't. Oh yeah, that's right. It doesn't have it. It's not programmed in, unfortunately, for some reason. I was gonna say, doesn't Ghanima have it? You know what? Ghanima has it. She's gonna put it on you.
Yeah.
Boom.
Maybe I accidentally used it before.
I probably did.
did.
So you have guidance on you from Zito. Oh wait, is that still going? I can't remember. You know what? It's okay. It's It's most likely the last round. So go right ahead.
Wait, maybe that was the day before.
I'm feeling generous. This is a tough fight.
Okay, whatever. Okay.
You are behind a wall, so I'm not sure how you're hitting it. Would
Oh,
you like?
I'm on top of the roof, right?
No, you're underneath. You're inside the cabin. We're laying on the ground. They pulled your body down there. Ender pulled you down. All right, so you're right there.
I'll move right here.
Okay, that first hit, 27 definitely hits. That is 20 damage as your arrow turns into a ribbon of lightning and strikes the creature on its haunch. You can see it. The front of it is hanging over the edge of the ship. The ship is pressed down from the weight of the creature, and red is hanging out of its mouth, half of her body, and she's wildly swinging at it with her greatsword.
And I'll make my second arrow attack.
Okay. That, unfortunately, an 18 does not hit. Just misses the creature. It has an AC of 19.
Oh, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Zito, it's your turn. You just watched Lafana pelt this creature with arrows. One of which was a lightning arrow.
Alright, I have to go all out. Zito's gonna do a Scorching Ray at 4th level.
Go for it. Unfortunately, the first one is a miss. But your second one is a hit. Third one was a hit. Fourth one was a miss. And that last one was also a miss. So that's two hits.
That's 2 hits.
And that's 6 fire damage. So that's 14 fire damage onto the creature. As you once again blacken a section of its thick hide.
And I'm gonna send my raven inside the boat so it doesn't get squished.
Okay. There you
That'll
go.
be my turn.
There's a raven. I gave you a raven icon. There you go, sir. And Red, it is your turn. You're still hanging out of this creature's mouth. You can attempt to escape it, or you can continue to wail on it.
Continue to wail on it.
Go for
I'm
it.
gonna swing recklessly again with
RIP Scorn.
my.
We hardly knew
greatsword.
you. That's 21 definitely hits as you carve into the face of this creature, attempting to put out one of its eyes. As that's 13 slashing magical damage to the creature. And a
I forgot to
25
do an
also
mark
hits.
anyway. I'm gonna
We
roll,
roll just
again,
in
just in
case.
case.
Crit.
Yeah.
That's a
Nope.
miss. Not a crit, sorry. That is 19 slashing magical damage to the creature. Is again, you're attempting to put its eye out, slashing into it. Its eyes keep closing just in time before you can put one of its eyes out.
And I'm gonna try to bite into its like hand wherever it's holding me
Okay.
for my bonus action.
That is a
was
critical hit. That is 26
Got him into heavy, guys.
piercing magical damage to the creature as you bite into it and it lets out a bellow and nearly spits you out, but its tongue is wrapped around your leg and begins to pull you back into its mouth.
And I shout to Ender, "Get him, Slayer of Beasts!"
And Ender, it is your turn.
Alright, well, I'm gonna keep on slashing at it. I am hopefully going to finish this thing.
That is a hit. A 26 definitely hits.
Fantasy Grounds is being a little me, guys, sorry.
That's 9 slashing magical damage to the creature. And that 20 is also a hit. And that's 15 magical slashing damage. Apparently Eli wants to keep this as a pet. He said don't knock it out.
Eli has a plan. Knock it out! Knock it out!
Okay.
What?
Is it-
No, we're killing it.
Is that the end of your turn?
Dude, this is like the Cloverfield monster. We're killing it. And the turn. And I tell that to Eli. Because I'm
Okay.
assuming we've all seen Cloverfield here in this group, right?
Alright, let's see if it gets its ability back. That's another 1. It has rolled a 1 every round. It's not getting that acid breath back. Unfortunately, you, my friend, are swallowed, Red. Ender, you watch as Red, slashing a face of fury, is slid down the throat of the creature. It then spins around. Let's see, how far away? Yeah, it can hit you. It spins around, does a spinaroonie, and with its tail, well, actually, yes, with it, it will move back. It'll take an opportunity attack from you. It'll move to here. Go ahead and take your opportunity attack on the creature.
If I hit it, its speed is reduced to 0.
Oh, really? You hit it.
And it hit.
It does not move. It takes 10 damage from you. And the grin spreads on your face. You look as it suddenly rears its tail back and goes straight at Lithana.
Never mind, it can go.
A 34 to hit Lithana. As she takes 28 bludgeoning damage, and as you watch the stinger, what you thought was a stinger, splits. It bifurcates into a claw and grabs her in midair. And you are grappled and restrained by its tail, Lithana.
Hey! Put me down! Where did that come from?
I was saving it for a special moment. Ghanima is going to rush out, sees this thing is still, and she yells out, "Get off my boat!" And she is going to cast... Oh! Shoot, don't have any more level 3 spells. I guess she will cast... she's going to cast Bane on the creature again. Casting at 2nd level does nothing. And the creature succeeds. Thanks a lot, Ghanima. Appreciate it. And it's Auri's turn. Auri, you see an ethereal-looking raven cawing with glowing eyes. The rest of your friends, including Ghanima, have rushed out onto the deck outside.
Oh, so pretty. Okay, I'm going to make a move for outside. I'm going to recast Entangle around those kids just because, just in case.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to make sure that I'm kind of behind Ghanima here.
Okay.
And that is all for now.
Okay. You see the hideous creature, you hear it hissing, you no longer see red. And Eli, it is your turn.
Eli was slowly grab the ladder and peek out.
I would just like to point out that Eli has been tiptoeing around the ship ever since he got hit with acid.
And
you see its butt. And you see its tail up in the air, and it's holding onto Lithana.
I'm going to cast...
Go poke it with a stick, man.
Quick question. What would happen if he casted polymorph with in the belly?
Nothing good, I assume.
I don't think that would be a very good idea.
Yeah. I cast sleep.
You cast
27
sleep?
hit points.
Okay.
Yes.
So I reduce it.
20.
I'm reducing its damage by, or adding 27 damage onto it, correct?
No, it's if it has 27 or fewer hit points, it falls asleep.
It does not fall asleep.
Dang it!
I'm sorry. It's a big monster, guys. This is a gargantuan creature.
Well, fine. Kill it.
Do we...
And it's turn.
Oh, well, okay. Well, it's ours turn again. I guess we're still going.
Oh, it me again? Oh, but
Yeah.
I can't. I was hoping it would spit her out. Well, guess not. Alright, so. I can see you, though.
You can see it.
I'm gonna heal Lafana some. Oh, wait. I have somebody else targeted too, don't I? Oh, okay, there we go. Just Lafana. There we go.
How much damage has this creature taken since she's been swallowed? Does anyone know?
I can find out.
Yeah, if while you're doing your
Let me
turn,
just do
Ari,
some
if you...
quick,
27?
I did 10 damage to it. I'll find out. Go ahead.
Okay,
Okay, I'm just gonna heal Lafana, so.
okay.
Not a big deal.
Alright, Lethani get 13 hit points back.
Okay, and.
Let me take the grappled... Oh, that's right, you're still grappled and restrained. I'm so sorry. Only 10 damage since she swallowed it? Okay. If you guys do 50 damage or more, it has to make a con save, and it will spit out whatever it swallowed.
Well. She can poke it from the inside, can she?
She is grappled, blinded, and restrained. So,
Oh my.
yeah. So I believe
Wow.
she can attack at disadvantage if she's restrained. Unless someone wants to correct me on that.
Well, it is her turn, so hopefully she does something good. Just don't die in there. I'm here to help.
The good thing is that I have those special lungs, so I won't, suffocate.
Okay, so yeah, attack rolls against you have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. You also have disadvantage on dex saves. So you can attack, you're just at disadvantage. However, before you do any attacks, I need to drop some damage on you. Because you are slowly being digested by this thing. You take 50... Whoops. You're not immune to poison or acid, are you?
No.
She's raging.
But I had temporary hit points.
Okay, so you took 50. I just took 13 off of you. So that would be 37 more damage onto you. Correct?
I had temporary.
You had temporary. How many temporary did you have?
37.
Shield. Yeah.
37. Okay, so yeah, that would have taken all of your temporary hit points plus another 13. So yeah, so you're okay. It did it automatically, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna attack recklessly so that I can just not have disadvantage.
Sure. If
I'll just roll.
you deal 50 or more damage, it will have to make a con save and potentially spit you out.
Okay.
That's unfortunately a miss. As your sword got caught in its guts both times.
Oh,
But that is a critical, almost a crit.
Oh.
Damn. But that is a hit. So that's 13 damage. How much damage did you do to... Oh, you didn't do any damage, Ari. I'm
20.
sorry.
It's at 23 currently. Total damage since it ate me.
23?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
I was gonna say it. It's during the turn. Yeah, it's 50 or more damage on a
In
single
one turn?
Oh, you know what it is? It's you have to deal 50 damage while you're inside of it to do this force the con save. I'm so sorry. I got that wrong. All right. You know what? I'm feeling generous. I'm going to say that it in a combination between your damage and someone else's damage. So if someone else in the group can do 50 damage, I'll make it do a con save. Lithana, it is your turn.
Lithana's been feeling the love with everyone healing her. And now she's ready to
Deal 50 damage in one turn.
Yes, exactly. Somehow. Alright, Lithana will focus and cast lightning arrow on her another arrow.
Okay.
Oh, do I dare? No, not this one. Okay. And then she will focus and hit it. Oh wait, is since oh gosh, never mind. I would say because red is nearby, she gets bonus, but he's inside, so never mind. Okay.
That unfortunately, that's a miss.
Oh wait,
Why
why
are you firing at disadvantage? Oh, you know why? It's because you're restrained.
Oh.
You are currently being held up in the air by its tail. It's like a wacky inflatable arm, like whipping you around in the air.
Right, I forgot.
It's okay, Red. You're about to get some help. Lithana's about to be swallowed.
Okay, can she use her turn to try to get out?
You already used your fired an arrow, unfortunately. It would take your action to attempt to get out.
Alright, well... So try to shoot another arrow.
Okay, go for it. Unfortunately, that does not hit. An 11 does not make it. And is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Zito, it's your turn.
Alright, Zito's gonna move because he doesn't like the crowd forming in front of him. It's prime pickings for one of those acid breath attacks.
That's true. It is.
So he's gonna move back there.
Okay.
And he's going to fire, he's gonna keep doing his, what was it? No, not
I think you
shatter.
were doing Firebolt? Or did you want to do something
Scorching
else?
Ray.
Scorching Ray? Okay, go for
I
it.
can still do Scorching Ray. This is gonna be at 3rd level.
3rd level, gotcha. Let's see. That's a miss. That's a miss. That's a hit. That's a hit.
Alright, so that's 2 hits.
Okay. Not enough to make it spit it out, unfortunately. But you dealt
Now we're
a decent amount of
closer
damage
to the
it.
end.
Yeah.
I'll have my turn.
Okay. On Ghanima's turn, she's going to, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. She's going to try to force this creature to once again fail a charisma save. It succeeds. I am so sorry. Eli, it is your turn.
Eli has a question.
Eli, go
A
ahead with your
scroll.
question. A scroll?
A scroll. Is it in it instantaneous, or do you follow the spell as you're casting?
If it's something that you don't, you still have to make a save. If it's if I'm not mistaken, if it's a spell that you don't understand or you don't already have, you have to be able to cast the spell, with the spell slot, and you have to follow the rules of that spell.
Okay, so it's not instantaneous then.
Unfortunately, no.
Dang.
But it turns into a spell.
Okay. Yeah, but it takes too long. Dang. I guess I'll do it again. Sleep it
Sleep it. Go for it.
at level 9.
Level 9? I don't think you have a...
I mean, sorry, 9d8. I mean, level 3. No, I meant 9d8. Die slash. 9d8. Level 9.
Okay.
Power would kill it if I had a level 9 spell.
Unfortunately, that is not enough to do it.
35. Oh my gosh.
But you did prime it for my turn.
Yep. Now on my turn.
Yeah, it's a shame it doesn't do anything to the creatures when you, it doesn't reduce their hit points.
I know. I
Yeah.
thought we did enough damage where it...
You guys have done a lot of
Dang.
damage to it. It's
That's
really...
what I'm saying.
It's really hurt. Ender, it is your turn.
Dang.
Guess what Ender's gonna do? Ender's going to attack it.
Oh, okay. That's a critical hit.
Hey,
Okay, so that's 18 slashing magical damage.
Keep rolling really bad with those crits. Oh well.
26 definitely hits. And that's 12 more slashing magical damage to the creature.
And because someone's life is at stake, I will use my bonus action to attack with my new short sword.
Okay. You pull out the Frostbrand short sword. Sheathing, or are you sheathing your longsword or no? Your katana.
Nope. I'm just dual wielding.
Okay.
Since I've never used this, do I just roll the dice?
It should be programmed in, if I'm not mistaken. Unfortunately, that is a...
Oh! I'm going to use my inspiration.
Go ahead. I was gonna say, you guys have had inspiration. Well, 3 of you did.
I'm just waiting for the right time.
Okay.
And I gotta add my plus to it, I think. Because of my dueling. Oh, I'm not dueling.
That's it. You're not dueling?
I can't. I have my... It's my second weapon. I no longer get that +2 bonus.
Oh, no.
Yep, it's okay.
That's a miss,
End of turn.
unfortunately. Alright, on the creature's turn, it will once again try to get its... It doesn't. It rolls a 3. Is its movement still 0?
I don't think so.
So, yeah, it's on an opportunity attack. If he
Okay.
hits an opportunity attack, it's I think it's called Sentinel.
Okay. So
Yeah, it's my
it's going to move back.
I will use my reaction to attack it.
Okay.
And remember, this roll is -2.
Okay. That unfortunately is a miss. I think that was a natural 1 with a -2. It's not a natural one though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So you watch as this creature is backing up towards the front of the ship, and you watch as it reaches its tail towards its mouth with Lithana squirming, and it swallows her. Lithana is swallowed. And Lithana, as you slide down its gullet into its stomach, you see red. Well, I should say you don't see anything, but you feel another body in there with you. Long hair slicked back with the viscous slime within from the inside of it.
Oh, hey.
And why not? It will try to hit Ender with one of its snake heads. A 21 hits, correct?
yes, hits. Says it hits. You're just rubbing it in.
You take 28 damage, reduced down to 3 from your from that bubble of extra healing from his ability. And it looks like this creature is getting ready to leap off the side of the boat. You're not entirely certain, but it looks like it's hunching itself down, like it's gonna jump off the boat with 2 of them in its stomach.
We should
And-
end there and make them.
Hey, you guys want to wait? We want to wait You want to wait a month? Eli, it is your turn.
Eli's pissed now. The
I
creature
submit.
done it.
Go for it.
Okay.
I'd like to hit pause here. I'd like
Okay.
to talk about the importance of Eli's turns here. Now, your first 3 turns, you were completely useless. You cast polymorph, you failed. You cast polymorph, you failed. You cast sleep, like you wanted to keep it, failed. At this is the point where it is just you before that creature's turn. If you don't down this beast, if you don't think hard enough about your action in this moment, you will lose Lithana and
And
we'll
your
lose
new
Red.
and your new companion, Red.
See, about boat.
That's a success. It rolled a 25. So it takes 11 fire damages. You watch as this fireball erupts, blasting the
It's
boat.
ice.
Oh, it's ice?
Change
Oh,
it to ice.
Okay.
Yes, this is ice ball.
Okay.
I don't want to burn the boat.
Okay. You
Eli
see
changes the spell
chunks
to
of
ice.
chunks of ice blast this ship in places up in the front. There are big old chunks of
Wait, Eli,
icicles
can you make it
stuck into it.
dangerous?
It's like a
Can't you make
porcupine.
David's dexterity a saving throw instead?
What?
Can't you change the spell DC or the spell attribute DC?
No, I can't.
Oh, okay.
Not for that one. Only for the only the type of it. Dang. Oh well. Bye.
Okay. Ghanima. Well, shit. What can she do?
Does she have a dragon killer on the boat? A harpoon gun?
I mean, all she can do, she's going to spend her last. Well, yeah. I can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember how many level 2 spell slots she's used. I think this is her last one. She'll use her last level 2 spell slot to walk up behind you, Ender, and cure you. For 14 hit points. And she slaps you on the butt and says, "Get it, big boy." The creature spins around, looking at you, Eli, you scrumptious morsel, you, and goes, "Ba-ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum," and is going to stab you, or excuse me, it's going to grab you, or attempt to grab you with its tail pincer.
Shield.
Shield?
Yep, shield.
Okay, what's that bring your AC up to?
19.
Okay, it rolled a 19.
I want luck.
Okay.
We're just gonna roll.
I'll roll it. I'll roll the attack again. I have to take the lower, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I can use luck finally.
It still hits.
Okay.
It grabs you. You are grabbed and restrained. Let's see, how far did it move? It moved 25. And it leaps off the edge of the boat. With you stuck in its pincer, Lathana and Red in its stomach. Lathana.
Yes.
Before you do anything, you take 50 acid damage as the creature's guts are squishing you and contorting, and the acid is eating into you and melting your body as it digests you. Now you may take your turn.
So, my attacks are at disadvantage, right?
Correct.
Okay. Let's see. Can I see the creature's stomach? Does that count as a creature I can see?
You're blind, actually, right now.
So if I take my arrow and shoot it at the wall in front of me, does that count?
I'm sorry, what?
If I take the arrow and shoot it at the the stomach wall in front of me, does that count?
I would say that it's kind of impossible to fire an arrow in its stomach. But you do have your double-bladed lightsaber. If you still have
pulls
that.
out her double-bladed scimitar and she stabs it on both sides of its stomach.
Go for it.
Hey. Advantage?
What's that?
Advantage?
Disadvantage. That is a natural one.
Oh, okay. One more time.
Okay. That is also a miss, unfortunately.
Ah.
Is that the end of your turn?
Quick question.
Yes, sir.
Would the inside of him have a lower AC than the outside of him?
Not really. There's not really a mechanic
Just
for...
trying.
Yeah, I get it. Unfortunately, there's not really a mechanic for the inside of your body versus the outside of your body.
That makes sense.
Maybe
I would
in
really
maybe
just
in
grasp
maybe in
this rock.
6th edition, you'll find it. Zito, it is your turn. You see chunks of ice in front of you.
Wait, is it in the water now, or can I still see it?
It's not quite off yet. You still see its ass hanging off of the boat. It's like thump 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 thump, getting ready to leap off of the boat.
All right, then I'm
And you
gonna
can
have to
see
do Scorching Ray.
Eli is being held in its pincer tail.
All right, Scorching Ray at my last 4th level spell.
Okay. That's a hit. That's a hit. That's a hit.
Come on, baby!
That's a miss. That's a hit. That's 4 hits.
Do it. Do it. Roll big.
Zito,
Oh yes!
how would you like to dispatch this creature?
I was like, right before he gets over the side, Zito's gonna see this, zoom over the side of the boat and bombard it with his last spell.
Okay.
And right before the end, I'm gonna say, I would like to use one of my bags of beans and shove it right up his ass and let it explode.
You know what? I'll allow it for this one moment. Zito zips up after blasting the creature repeatedly with a scorching ray and goes straight for its butt and shoves one of the beans. The whole bag or just one?
Just one.
Shoves a bean up its butt, and its body starts to shower of guts all over the front of the ship. Eli is thrown into the water. Lathana, Red, you tumble end over end into the river water. Sploosh under the surface of the river a few feet. Zito, you're watching as this creature's ruined corpse slides off the front of the ship into the water now. Eli, you're under the water about 1.5 feet now, looking up at the surface of the water, starting to swim back up to break the surface, to breathe, to catch a breath. Ender, you just watched Zito cast firebolt or scorching ray after scorching ray, blasting the creature. Auri, you saw the same thing. You didn't see the creature explode, but you heard this just rupture from somewhere. Somewhere on the boat, you can still hear the sound of a raven cawing out loudly in triumph. You can hear the children now are still crying and whimpering. And there is an eerie silence over the river as you hear the familiar sound of that turtle druid suddenly speak up. Well, that was pretty fucked up! And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
I'm imagining Eli laying in all of its slime, about to say, like, "Oh, my pet, my pet."
Hey, man.
Are you sure he's not
It was
looking
worth a
into
trip.
his stomach for treasure?
And I gave you guys some extra bonus points. So when we return on the 2nd of August, you will be level 10.
Woohoo!
And I thank you all. That was I know that was a rough encounter.
Yeah.
That's probably the
That was
toughest.
actually-
That was probably the toughest encounter you guys have ever had.
At the end, I was hoping if Zito wasn't successful, I was hoping he'd eat me. Because I was going to use...
It would have after it went under the water, where your companions could no longer help you. Red
Yep.
on her as Red said on her turn, she would have fallen unconscious, melted. Lathana most likely would have melted on her turn, her next turn. Yeah, half of the party would have been gone.
Well, they would have fell unconscious, right? And they'd have to roll death saves? Or how?
Let's see. Again, this is a custom creature that I made, so it's not like it's not like a disintegrate. However,
Yeah.
when you're unconscious, you're still taking damage from it.
Yeah, no, I know.
So unfortunately, a few rounds and it's doing
2
like,
rounds.
I was doing the average of 50 acid damage each turn. So rather than rolling it, so it would have been bad.
Oh,
Each time you take damage,
I would have
not
I
gonna
would have grabbed them and a dimension door out of it.
Now the
You wouldn't be
question
able
is,
to, though. You would
the
have
question
underwater.
is, what will you guys find in its stomach?
No, I can't underwater because we'd be in its stomach.
Auri,
Grappled and
if you,
restrained.
I would say, Anna, that if Auri would have been swallowed and then you went big, that would have I would definitely have said that would have forced a con save to regurgitate you.
Blech.
Blech. Woo. Thanks, guys, for sticking around. I know that was yeah. It can swallow. Actually, no, it wouldn't have.
Dang.
Unless you were a huge creature, it can swallow up to smaller creatures.
Dang.
You guys just killed my Glum tyrant. I'm so proud of you.
Dang.
Yeah, that guy was a jerk, though. He deserved it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Too bad we couldn't knock it out.
Would you like to level up now or wait a month?
I want to level up now.
Okay.